Good evening, America. Welcome back to another episode of Break the Machine podcast. Tonight we got Blondie coming back to hang with us. Gonna talk a little bit about. I don't know if you guys saw. Trump posted at 7 p.m. Close to 7 p.m. today that Hamas and Israel have a tentative agreement, pretty solid agreement actually, to the first phase of Trump's peace plan. Hopefully they continue to go with it. We need to get that shit done with. We need the stuff in Ukraine to end and whatnot. We just need to get back to some normalcy in the world, which is completely batshit crazy right now. What is going on? C-Dub rated us. We just got in here and we got rated. Well, without further ado, let me bring Blondie in.
Oh no.
What's up, Blondie, as you're getting ready?
Hi. Sorry, I was trying to adjust my screen because I have a crazy beach situation going
You,
on back
you,
here. Sorry, guys.
yeah, you
I
need
need to
me.
get my
You need
green
me to.
screen set up.
You need me
But I'm on a
to. We
beach,
need.
okay? This is where I
Yeah,
am
you need some
mentally.
more time to get adjusted.
No, I'm good.
We got rated early. See Noski, man. He did it again. He rated us. I believe it was on Monday. He did it again tonight. Thanks. Welcome, Raiders. It's good to see all of you guys. Absolutely appreciate it. Um, Make sure you guys are going over to his channel. The quiet is it the part podcast? Okay, well, somebody else has got the podcast. He has to say pod because it's like he got into a whole thing with someone who essentially stole his handle, which sucks. General
Oh, that
Mills, good to see
sucks.
you. Yeah,
Hi,
he
everybody. Hi,
he's
Jonathan. Hi, Nina. Hi, General Mills.
Nina, good to
Everybody.
see you, Jonathan. Wow, we're up to about 18 people tonight already.
Nice.
Nice. Way to get
I
off
did put
to a
something
good
on
start.
X, so I don't know. Who knows? I don't really know what to think about X when it comes to things, when it comes to people seeing stuff. It's a
It's
lot
just
different than Instagram was for me.
I don't even, my sad thing is I don't even mess with X. I really need to get a little bit more active on there because I don't really
It's a
mess with
lot
it.
different now, but I mean, it is weird though. Like I've seen some people that after 7 years, Elon Musk
Hmm.
reinstated some accounts, which was
Hmm.
pretty, kind of interesting.
Seven
But
years. They were banned for 7 years.
7 years,
No
7
shit.
years.
Holy shit. That's talk about freaking
I
being
know.
put
I
on
was like,
ice.
damn, that's
Oh my
holding on
God.
there.
I
I
thought
mean,
I
but I
was put
feel
on
that though. I
ice.
get it.
Good Lord. The Quiet Part Pod. It's good to see all you guys. Welcome, Raiders. We are going to get rolling here. First order of business is, we get to hear some opinions from everyone, right? I'm going to bring this up on the screen for everyone. You guys will still be able to see. I'm sorry, still be able to hear me and Blondie. But this is from the Trump team. This was probably about 7 p.m. He put this on. He says, I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. We thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. Well, listen, it's a step, right? Like it's a step in the right direction, and he's trying to do his thing. Uh, Oh, I got to vote again? All right, John. I'll make sure I vote again. John did some movie. My movie vote didn't take.
Oh, I
I'll
need to do
definitely.
that too.
I will go do that, and that's the
Need to do that.
18th, right? So listen, it's a good first step. I know he's really pushing it. He's pushing. I know a lot of people think that he's not pushing Israel. He is pushing Israel too to like get their troops out of Gaza and everything like that. To let some of these other countries, I mean, in particular the Arab world, come in and start with the cleanup and stuff like that. And whatever Israel's gonna listen. Every
Yeah.
time there's war, whoever wins usually goes in and has to rebuild shit. I don't know what Israel's stance on that is. I don't know what the president is gonna actually push towards that, but I hope he does. I mean, because they turned it into a parking lot pretty much, which is war. War is hell, right? Um, but he's definitely got some people in the area, okay, Arab countries and whatnot, and some of the European nations as well that are on board with trying to trying to get things set right in Gaza and not kick, believe it or not kick the Gazan people out of that little strip, okay, and just try to make it livable again. I forgot Rumblebot speaks Invader, guys. So when you guys are speaking to Rumblebot, he speaks Invader. So the 18th, 11 votes right now. Wow, we got 11
Oh,
votes. Oh my God, I'm
nice.
gonna have to vote. Sean's Eye View. Thanks for the follow. We got some people following us tonight. Tom Pasco's in the house again. I still got your
Oh.
pictures, Tom. I just want to let you know that, but I won't put you on blast. Those are some of the funniest pictures anybody has ever done. Um, so Sean's Eye View. Hey, yes. Thank you, Sean's Eye. Appreciate it. Uh, absolutely. Yeah, because they did steal the name. They did, what do you call it? Steal C Dub's name, okay, for his channel and whatnot, and it wasn't fair. And Rumble didn't do anything about it, which sucks. So he just listen. Being Sanoski, being the way he is, he's gonna continue grinding. He's gonna continue putting out his content and whatnot. He just changed the name slightly and kept rolling because that's the kind of person he is. He doesn't stop. He didn't let that just like stop him from freaking getting his channel going, even though some name thieves were out there. But what are your thoughts, Blondie, on Trump's message? That was about 7 p.m. So we're probably about an hour behind. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of other shit developing since then. But I
Yeah,
my day actually sucked, so I haven't had a chance to look at anything.
my day was so busy. I had a huge work review, like a deadline, and I just had to get this done today. I mean, I could have did it tomorrow, but I was like, I just want to get it done today. But I mean, I work from home, so of course I'm on X. I'm on my phone all the time, being nosy about stuff. But anyways, like, yeah, I'm glad. I really hope it comes to an end because I'm really tired of listening to everybody talk about the
Uh,
Israel and Muslim
On both
bullshit.
sides, by the way, on both sides,
And,
I agree
they
with you.
need to keep the Muslims where the fuck they are. They're already going everywhere else. They're taking over Britain completely. They're taking over all of Europe. They're taking over, I mean, where I live, I live in Michigan. They've taken over. Now, if you live in Dearborn, you gotta listen to the Muslim prayer 5 times a
Yes,
day.
I saw that.
I would
I
tell
saw
you
that.
if I lived in Dearborn, there would be some really big problems. But like if I would have went there and like that one dude did and told the mayor like we don't want to hear this shit or you need to take down the Arab signs on the road,
I
and the
think
guy
he
would
was
have told
actually a
me that I
city.
wasn't welcome there, I would have
I think he
showed
was actually
you
a
who
city
wasn't
council
welcome there.
person. Blondie, I think he
But
was an actual city councilman for the city of
yeah,
Dearborn.
actually, I think he was like a police. Or yeah, he was somebody. I don't know who the fuck he was, but yeah, I was. Yeah, it's crazy because it's all Muslim, and that's Macomb County, and they have the highest reproduction rate in this whole state. So all the liberal women here, which it's mostly liberals, they're all getting abortions, and then all the Muslims are having 3 and 4 kids apiece. So before
Oh,
you know, I mean, that's why it's insane, and that's why all the elections here are all decided from Wayne County and Macomb County, which is all the
right.
Democrats and Arabs or Muslims, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know my story. I mean, you're a veteran. You've been to the Middle East. My ex-husband did several tours, so I don't really give a fuck about any of it. I don't care about. I don't really care. I just don't. I really just could give two shits less.
Uh,
About Jewish
it-
people, I know that they have a lot of control over a lot of things. I don't go as far as some of these people do with some of these conspiracy theories because at this point the alt-right is basically the alt-left. The
yeah.
line has been blurred there and it's just really weird, and I've like had to end a couple of friendships with people because it's like all they fucking talk about, and it's like you just want to talk about the Jewish people all the time, but you're literally letting it consume your every single thought in your head.
Yeah.
So like I
My
don't
see.
really want to fucking hear about it because I live in America and I need to worry about what the fuck is going on. I don't need to worry about how I'm going to put food on my table and pay my ridiculous rent every month, and
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I just don't give a flying fuck about any of that. If they release hostages, if they don't, you know, whatever. I just hope it ends because I'm really sick of everybody bitching about it and talking about it. So that's my thoughts.
Well, and you're absolutely entitled to feel that way because we live in America and we have fucking free thought here. Unlike most places don't like it, don't like us to have free thought, but we do. So like, yeah, you're not gonna get any hate from me.
Indeed.
You know that. My biggest thing with the whole fucking Israel's in charge of everything here in the United States is that nobody ever speaks about like fucking the Chinese, the Japanese, fucking big farm, Saudi, the Qatarans, they all fucking dump money. There's
Yeah.
so many
Oh yeah.
lobbies that go on in this nation that is just ridiculous. So anyway, but my only thing is having been being a combat veteran, I just want to see the fucking end of war. There's nothing beautiful or glamorous about war in general. It just fucking fucks everything up, you know. And you guys know how I feel. Even with everything we know now, post 9/11 and everything like that. And you know, if I'm all about the country. If the country called me again, I'd fucking stand up and do it again, just because that's who I am. You know, I'd rather me than some young kid. So that's just my feelings on things. So that, listen, just wanted to get that out of the way, because
I
it
guess
just,
I
you
just,
know,
you know,
it's
for me,
something.
it's so
It's
weird. Go ahead.
you know, go ahead, Blondie, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, these people that like their reasoning for everything is the genocide in Gaza. So they go shoot up a school. They go like I've seen there was a girl that was like standing on a table in Starbucks, or there was people outside like with throwing like red paint on themselves, pretending they were like dying in Gaza. And it's like, why don't you go fuck yourselves? Like, go get a fucking hobby.
Think about how stupid that is, though.
Go do a makeover. Go find you a man. Go get some dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be okay. I promise. Like, I can't fucking deal
Think
with these
about
people. How the
think
fuck
about how
what
fucking
the fuck does
retarded it is,
Starbucks
though.
coffee have to do with anything in Gaza? And who cares? Who gives a fuck? That's just less people to have to kill in the next crusades. But
I
that's
mean,
just my opinion.
I don't fucking drink
Anyways,
Starbucks anyway, but I think it's just retarded that
I
people are just
actually
fucking
went and
stupid.
bought a fucking Starbucks hot chocolate yesterday because I was like, you know what? I support the genocide in Gaza. Fuck these people. I'm tired of fucking listening to it. Go throw some red paint on yourselves, you fucking idiots. Go put on a fucking sombrero while you're at it. You know,
And there you
I
have
should
it,
have come with
fam.
a sombrero to wear for tonight.
A segment from
I
Blondie's
should have just
Corner.
listened to sombrero. We should have worn sombreros.
Yes, I know.
That would have been so funny.
That would have been pretty fucking hysterical, actually. Moving on to fucking a little bit more. Some. I don't know if anybody was paying attention because this is again. This dude was about to fucking light up a Catholic church, and you know, you guys know that I'm Catholic. You know, I get a lot of hate. Actually, I haven't gotten much hate recently, but I've gotten a lot of hate in my DMs and stuff like that for being fucking Catholic. Whatever. I don't really give a rat's ass. No, nobody's gonna fucking move me in my faith anyway. But this shit right here, I don't know if you guys saw this. All right, this fucking crazy shit. Man with hundreds of explosive leftist
Jesus.
manifesto arrested outside of the Supreme Court church event. And this was on Sunday.
Oh,
Again, we I didn't hear this in the news.
I
Police in
didn't either.
Washington D.C. arrested a man on Sunday who was found with hundreds of explosive devices outside the Cathedral of St. Matthew the Apostle, which was holding a mass in honor of the Supreme Court. Something that, by the way, it's a yearly thing that they do. Police arrested 41-year-old Louis Gary of Arizona and New Jersey while the church held its annual Red Mass, an event where a cardinal prays for the Supreme Court as it begins in the new term, Daily Wire reported. Justices have historically attended the event, but none were in attendance on October 5th because of security concerns, because they can't go anywhere without being fucking threatened. So this is where it starts getting juicy. Police encountered Jerry as they were attempting to clear and secure the area for the Supreme Court event, according to an affidavit. Gary was in a green tent on the steps of the church at the time and allegedly told police, "You might want to stay back and call the federales. I have explosives." Dude,
Oh, Jesus
you
Christ.
can't make this shit up. Gary allegedly told a member of the Metropolitan Police Department's bomb squad that he knew the Red Mass was going on before threatening to throw a bomb into the street as a demonstration. I have 100 plus of them, he allegedly said. Police informed him they would remove him by force if he refused to leave, to which Gary allegedly threatened, several of your people are going to die from one of these. Oh, goodness. He reportedly
Yikes.
had a light in one hand as he handed officers 9 pieces of paper that comprised a manifesto titled Written Negotiations for the Avoidance of Destruction of Property via Detonation of Explosives. Those fucking guys, that just the sound of that title is batshit. Police wrote that the manifesto revealed his significant animosity towards the Catholic Church, members of the Jewish faith, members of the Supreme Court, and ICE facilities. So we all know where he's at with that. But, you know, first off, we didn't even see this on the news, and they would probably say he was a right winger anyway. Jerry then shifted his right thumb over the top of a butane lighter to initiate the lighting action and stated, "You better have these people step away or there's going to be deaths." This is fucking insane. He left his tent to relieve himself on a tree. And 3 officers were able. I'm not laughing at what went down. I'm laughing at this guy so batshit crazy and thought he was gonna
I know.
just
I'm
do
like,
whatever he
what?
wanted. He went to go relieve himself, and then he got apprehended. And as they did it, he told them he had a device in his pocket. Bomb squad technician searched his pocket and found a vial with the white cap, which contained yellow liquid inside with an M device taped to the exterior. Holy shit! Those are the guys who served. This guy was fucking. He knew how to push shit together, even if it was haphazardly. After law enforcement arrested him, the bomb squad recovered a large cache of handmade destructive devices in his tent. Police filed an affidavit from the bomb technician on Monday, who said there were over 200 devices recovered from this dude's tent. There was a
Holy
strong smell
shit.
of acetone emitting. This is insane. He was going to do some
How
serious
big was
shit.
his fucking tent? Like, and it was on the
I don't
steps.
know.
How
He
was
had
this person
nitromethane
allowed
in
to
it
just
too. Holy shit. And I guess it all appeared to be fully functional. That's just absolutely insane, fam.
do? That's insane.
Absolutely fucking bananas. But again, did you hear this on the news? Did you hear this? Right here it is.
No, I don't
It,
think I mean, I can't even tell you. I think the
yeah,
last time I watched the news was like
but
10
anything, I
years
didn't even hear.
ago.
I didn't even see it on
I don't
social
watch
media.
that, but on social media, I don't think I saw anything about it either. But did you see the clip though of the guy? I can't remember where it was. It was like last week, but there was the bomb squad was like trying to like figure out what was in a backpack, and some homeless guy walked up to it and like unzipped it and dumped it out. And
Holy
everybody
shit!
tackled him. And they were right in the middle of trying to figure out, like, the EOD was over there in like the big suit and
Right.
everything, trying to figure out if there was a bomb in it. And some fucking homeless guy walked right up to it and zipped it,
Oh my god.
dumped it out, and then threw it on the ground
That
because there
that
was
doesn't
nothing in
surprise
it.
me. That's just a whole other fucking issue.
And he
Okay.
got tackled by
With
like 10
homelessness.
fucking people. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Jonathan said he posted it on Discord. I must have missed it. But
Oh,
Jonathan,
okay. Yeah, he
Jonathan
missed a lot
would
on
be.
X.
It doesn't surprise me that Jonathan was on top of that. But again, right? So this guy was going to do some damage. Just take the Catholicism out of it. He's just in front of a Christian church in general. Okay, with the everybody's talking about everything else, but they're fucking killing Christians. Okay, by the thousands. All right, in other
Mhm.
countries, there's an assault, a physical assault now. Okay, on Christianity in this nation. Okay, we've seen it over and over and over with the in Michigan, where you're not too far from, and stuff like that. We're just seeing this shit play out all because of these fucking crazies. All right, inciting this bullshit all across the nation on their social media platforms. Our politicians are being fucking assholes all the time. Okay, the news is always being assholes. We can't ever count on them to do anything correct anyway. But it's just ridiculous, and it's just insane. Uh, Jonathan says, remember, it was also a SCOTUS event, so they were targeting the Supreme Court too. Correct. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct. They were targeting the institution of the Supreme Court. And this guy's manifesto said he had issues with ICE too, right? We see what's going on all over the country with ICE. I've seen some pretty good videos with that, though, actually. ICE is not fucking around. They are not
Yeah,
fucking
it's
around.
actually been really. I saw somebody like on one of those fucking like luggage gurneys. They had them like tied to
Yes.
that, fucking pushing
No,
them
it was
through.
Home
I've seen
Depot.
something.
It was Home Depot. It was a Home Depot, one of those racks. And they rolled them out on a Home Depot rack.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, I've seen some funny shit.
You can't make any of this shit up. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome to see. Okay, but yeah, ICE is not playing around. If you guys were paying attention over the weekend and whatnot, into the weekend, Chicago chief stood his people down and stuff like that, while ICE was asking for help
That's mind blowing
outside
to
of their
me.
facility. Okay. And they stood his people down and they got the shit, like they got radio and stuff like that. So like he tried to lie about it and they're like, no, we got the fucking radios responses and stuff like that recorded because they record that shit, and stuff like that. That's the stuff that sometimes can be used as evidence in a court of law, depending on what is going on.
Right.
Uh, Jonathan says he saw a nice video where Queer Tifa spit on him in the body. Yes, I saw that today. Actually, I saw a video today where the kid is yelling at him. Then he spit on him, which is assault. It's considered assault. And the
Yeah.
minute he spit on him, he gets absolutely wrecked.
Yeah.
It's great to see. It's obviously it is what it is, but they're not fucking around. Okay, uh, they're not
But to
fucking
talk
around.
about kind of like a different point of view with this, I can't remember if I was talking to you about this, maybe it was somebody
Hmm.
else, but I have there's a case I'm working on at work where our plaintiff, they were, so this was like in DC, and there
Hmm.
was like an ICE, they were trying, they were looking for somebody and they were chasing them. And I don't know if this was during a protest. I'm assuming yes, because of the date of the incident.
Right.
But they were in their vehicle. So ICE was in their vehicle chasing a person that they were trying to get. And so this
Hmm.
person was in their vehicle, they were chasing them in their vehicle. And somehow in a chase or turning around or something, I'm not really sure yet, but our person was hit in the chase. So
Innocent
they did
bystander.
a, what was that?
Innocent bystander, like they were just like,
Yeah.
what do you call it,
We think
driving
so,
along and
but
they just
we
got
don't know
caught up.
yet because,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
like, I'm
You're
like,
still
was it
doing your
a bunch of people
investigation.
with cars lined up trying to block them? Like, what exactly was the circumstances? You know what I
Correct.
mean? And I guess the person, so usually, and I didn't know this, but my
Whoa,
boss, who's,
Yarny, we got rated again, honey.
oh, cool. Well, that's
Yarny,
all. Oh, yeah. Awesome. One other
she
raid.
rated us. Yeah, though we love this stuff. Go ahead, honey. What were you saying? I'm sorry. I had to
Uh,
let you know we got rated again. Welcome, Raiders.
but yeah, so I guess anytime that happens, they typically will, if whoever is fleeing from them or whatever the circumstance, they put liability on the person that they were chasing. So I guess
Yep.
the person that they were chasing, of course, didn't have car insurance.
Correct.
So
Of course not.
now
Why
our
would they,
person,
right?
of course, of course. So that's our job, is to figure out, okay, well, whose insurance, or do we have to go after like the state insurance or whatever?
Right.
So, we'll have to look at the body, we'll have to request all the body cam, or, body
Yeah.
cams, dash cams. That's, we'll get that kind of stuff. But I knew there was going to be some cases like this. I just knew it because of
Right.
the area that my firm's at. But it's really interesting, and what people don't think about is how that affects, so because of something like that, that so our client, if they're insured, their insurance will have to be the one that pays for it.
Right.
But
Yeah, yeah,
so
it's true. They end up getting stuck if they have
right,
insurance, and then they have to fight, okay, to get that money back to
right,
it's a whole pain in the ass. Yarny, it's good
exactly.
to see you. She's saying hello
But
to
so what
us.
that does, it makes all of our rates go up. And I mean,
It
and we all know
does.
how expensive fucking car insurance is, even without tickets and all that. Like, it's
Right.
just ridiculous to have
It's
full coverage on a
ridiculous.
car.
It is.
It's
It's
just
absolutely
insane.
bananas. You
So
almost better
yeah,
just
other than
put your
health
shit away, take
insurance,
mass transit.
I had it's really interesting. I have another lady. I have another client who, she was in a car accident here. She was an illegal immigrant. She had a broken wrist and she needed wrist surgery. I guess the surgery was
Mhm.
going to cost like $150,000. And this was last year. And I guess they told her, they denied her. They said no, like the Medicaid wouldn't cover it for her. But I know that it has for other people, because I have other clients that are illegal
Well,
immigrants
let me ask you a
and
question
they have
because
had Medicaid pay for their shit because we've
correct.
done. So I
Correct.
know for a
We
fact
talked about
that
the
it
whole
fucking
we talked
helps.
about
Yeah.
the whole
Oh yeah.
benefits thing that they were giving illegal aliens.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm actually surprised. Did this happen during the last administration when this happened?
It happened right at the end of last year.
So
So
that
I
was
don't know if
that.
that's, it could have just been a, base doctor, who the fuck knows, and said, I'm not, you can go get it done somewhere else. But so she did. She went back to, I think,
Or the doctor may have not accept Medicaid. We don't. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you guys are going to do your investigation anyway. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you
that's
guys
true.
do.
Yeah. But she ended up going back to El Salvador or some fucking place in the Central America and got the surgery. They totally
Hmm.
fucked up her wrist. I was trying to review medical records. It's all in Spanish. Like, they don't do operative reports. They don't list any,
Right.
like, hardware or anything that's put in there. So I just had to get her set up with like a new ortho evaluation to get
Mm.
one of our doctors to look at her, because I
Right.
guess now she's a legal immigrant or whatever. So
She's legal now.
now she's legal. So I guess Medicaid will pay for it. Now she has to get another surgery and we'll be paying for that one.
Right.
So, for me, it's like I have to be objective about this because of my job.
No,
But sometimes it's like,
I
this
could
is
under,
fucking bullshit. Like, you don't need to use my tax dollars to pay for your bullshit.
but it's funny because like you just said that even in my job I have to be objective with how I'm doing things, and I see the fraud that is coming across my
Oh, yeah.
desk Okay, and it's just like, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it because it's not my job to fucking weed it out. Okay.
Exactly.
I wish it was, all right, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? So like I have to continue, okay, to do my job, period. That there's nothing else I can do about it. But I see things like it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's just like I can't believe that. I can't believe this is happening. You know, it's like this, and like you just know it, right? You feel it in your gut. But again,
Exactly.
can't prove it. Can't prove it. And I'm not in the business of doing that anyway. That's not my job. So like I can't do it. But I see it coming across. I'm not an investigator or anything like that. It's not I'm not my job is isn't about doing investigations. So like I'm just like, man, well, especially with some of the government shit that comes across my desk, I'm like, man, this has got fraud written all over it. I hope they pick this up.
Yeah.
you know, but to you, yeah. Tom says he's tired of certain lazy mixed freeloaders who sleep all day and get everything handed to them. It's my tuxedo cat boots. Tom.
Oh, his cat, his
Tom.
cat is super cute.
Yeah. But no, I could imagine though. Listen, Blondie, you're a medical professional. I know you're doing paralegal stuff, but you're still a medical professional, and I know you're always going to be objective about
Well,
what it is. No matter how
I'm a
you
nurse
feel, you're always going to
paralegal.
take care of.
At my job, I'm a nurse paralegal, but I'm the medical manager for like the whole
Right.
PI department. So like I talk to people like in the beginning of like when they first get into an accident. I make sure they go to like ortho if they need to go. I actually had this one case where and this was the review I was working on this week and last week. But this guy's a veteran, and this Muslim lady sideswiped his car and then rear-ended him 4 times.
Wow.
So he ended up with like a torn labrum, hip labrum. Then he went to an ortho place. They misdiagnosed him for almost a year. This guy's like 34. He's got all these issues and stuff. So,
Wow.
like, I don't know. It's just a mess just trying to figure out some of this stuff. But I mean, at
Yeah.
my job, I do like, all that stuff. I tell people, if they should go to a different doctor, get a different medical test, or kind of like recommend certain things. But yeah, I mean,
Thanks,
so I
Yarny.
still advocating for them and, all that stuff.
Yarny's going to go lurk. Um,
Oh,
we love the lurkers too. We appreciate you guys as well.
that's
Thanks,
usually my
Yarny. Thanks
job.
for the raid. We I know we appreciate you, Yarny. Thank you for the raid. And welcome Raiders. If you're just joining us, myself and one and only Blondie. We're here every other Wednesday with each other. And whatnot. Tonight's her night and stuff. We're gonna get into some health stuff in a little bit. Just gotta find something. Uh, but I think that listen, it's you do what it is that you have to do because in the end you're taking care of your clients. That's what has to get done. Um,
Yeah.
it was the same way is the same way when I was in EMS. I'm sure it was the same way when you were on the nursing floor. It made no difference to me. Okay, medical is medical. I have to take care of people. It didn't make a difference how I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
about something, about the situation at hand. Someone needed medical attention. I had to take care of them. That was just what it
Yeah.
had to be. There wasn't anything I can do about it. I was what do you call it? Just doing my job.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference how we feel about things, especially when it comes to medicine. It's supposed to be like that when it comes to the law, but we see how like the left uses lawfare fantastically against us and whatnot. And we need to
Yeah.
start doing it a little bit more. Although we are actually, it's good to see Jim Comey fucking indicted and whatnot. That's pretty good. It's a start. Let's keep that shit going. Just
I
use
can't
the
believe
same
it's
rules.
taken this long though for that.
Yeah,
And
but you
why
know
wasn't
what
he like
though?
perp walked or anything? Like, like it's just so stupid.
Scott hit something like on Monday. Was it Monday or yeah, it was Monday. I think he hit it. He's like, the amount of swamp that the Trump team is dealing with right now. Okay, they are actually getting rid of people and stuff like that. And there are people walking away, which is even better. I'd rather
That is
get them
true.
and, like you said, perp walk them. But the amount of sludge that they're actually going through, like Cash Patel he was just doing an interview the other day, and he was explaining how like they're finding stuff that they put like people put in places where you weren't supposed to find it. Okay, and that's how they were able to get Comey, right? Because they were able to crack some shit that wasn't supposed to be cracked. Okay, and find dirt. That's how they were unable. That's how they were able to actually prove, okay, even though we all knew it, the whole Russia hoax and all the collaborators. So like,
Right.
just keep it coming. It's just a sludgy freaking. It's just nasty. It's congealed shit, is what it is, right? It's just
Right.
sewage, raw sewage. The way our government works, and we can listen. We still got to hold our people accountable, which is what we do. And, we bitch and we moan as we should. Okay. But the reality
Right.
is, and Scott kind of hit it on the head. He was like, yeah, he's like, I wish they could be doing a better job. But the reality is it's the job they got is really, really tough. Think about all the shit Tulsi Gabbard has been going through. Okay.
Yeah.
Just to get things declassified and have the president sign off on declassification, all the shit that all you get one or two freaking Obama holdovers. Let's not even talk about Biden holdovers. All right, Obama holdovers. Shit, you got people who are Clinton holdovers that are still in the government and whatnot right now. Right, and all they have to
It's
do is just
ridiculous. I
slow.
don't know why they don't get rid of these people.
All they have to do is slow walk shit. Okay, they don't even have to not do their job, right? Because they're not gonna not do their job. They're gonna take their sweet ass time doing it and come up with a million and one reasons why it's taking so long. So like, you get one or two of them and they could botch up a whole fucking investigation and slow a whole bunch of progress down and whatnot. So we know that these people exist, but I'm with you. Like, what can we do to get rid of these fuckers? Like, I know there's unions and shit involved with some of these lower level positions with contracts and stuff like that. Um, with the government and stuff, but like there's got to be, mid management or higher level people that we can absolutely get like shit canned. They're not part of the unions. Let's shoot them out of a fucking cannon for put them in a howitzer and fire them off. That's how I feel about them.
At this
You
point, I
know,
mean, the government's shut down. Like, it's just ridiculous. Which, I
actually,
mean, most people are like, oh, who cares? But, I think back to like 2013, my ex had just gotten home from his last deployment to Afghanistan, and the government was
mhm,
shut down for a month. Thank God I was working then as a nurse, but, most military families, like, the wife doesn't work. It's just how that is. It's just typically how that kind of goes. So,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, thank God I was working, but like, how does somebody go away for a whole year when he left when my son was 2 weeks old, did all of that just to come home and not get paid? Like, it's just mind blowing to me. And that was all for Obamacare, by the way. Which I love to
Yeah,
remind people that, they shut down the government so they could fine you to not have health insurance, so they could give it for free to the illegals.
yeah. This
Make that
this
make
shutting
sense.
down of the government is not a new thing, unfortunately. Uh, but the reality is this is Chuck Schumer's fucking shutdown. It's not
Oh,
even
yeah.
it's not even coming out of the House really, right? Because like Democrats don't have any power in the House anyway.
Right.
It's really in the Senate, right? They haven't even moved past the filibuster portion, okay,
No.
to just vote it out of committee is types essentially, right? And they're still filibustering it. Right. And it's being done intentional. It's not having the effect. I mean, it's having the effect on the American citizens the wrong way. But with that said, it's not having the effect they think it is to help them because it's not helping them right now. They think it's helping
Right.
them because in their mind they're all nuts and stuff like that. And they see the world through a different lens, but it's not helping them. It's hurting them. This has been hung around Chuck Schumer and Timu fucking Obama. What's his name?
And
Hakeem Jeffries.
Hakeem
It's been
Hefe
yeah.
Jeffries.
Hefe Jeffries. It's been hung around their neck. Okay, and that's how people are seeing it.
Yeah.
Obviously the
I
left
mean,
won't see it that way because that's who they are. But like even down people who are moderate and obviously our side see exactly where it's coming from. Go ahead, Blondie. What are you gonna say on?
no, I was just gonna say that, yeah, the people on the left, they're like, "Oh, everybody should deserves free healthcare." I mean, that's like, yeah, great. That's an easy thing to say, sure, but they don't
Yeah.
understand the cost of that. And like, they don't have jobs, they don't have any sort of critical thinking or any sort of jobs like we have to actually know the sort of costs of these things.
Right.
The my one client I was talking about, and actually that was at the beginning of this year that happened. I just realized that. But anyways, the cost of something like that, I don't want my fucking tax dollars paying for some illegal immigrant's wrist. I
Right.
don't care how tragic the accident, like that's sad, but maybe you shouldn't have been here and it wouldn't have happened. I mean, there's some food for thought. Maybe stay in your own fucking country. It's sad, but it just But I don't mean to say that, because Irina, who was killed, but she came here legally. She was here, I'm just saying, it just I shouldn't have to pay for whatever, especially because when I needed help, I didn't get unemployment. I didn't get any fucking thing.
Still waiting for
Nothing.
my unemployment check from the state of New York.
I was
The
wondering
first,
if
I
you ever
still
got
haven't gotten
yours.
it. What'd you say?
I was wondering if you ever got that.
Nope.
I had a feeling you hadn't.
They haven't even sent me a notice to say fuck you. That's how bad they just like disregarded it. I had to keep calling and I had to keep doing what I had to do to check in every freaking week while I was unemployed, but they still have not
Hilarious.
sent me a check. And I know I'm not ever gonna see it. So I'm just like I wrote that off a long time ago. But my dad,
Meanwhile,
okay, was
3-year-olds get approved, make that make
correct.
sense.
A 3-year-old's getting a freaking it's insane. My dad was telling me, he's like, don't he's like, you think you have it bad? He goes, I've been waiting 50 years from the state of New Jersey to send me my first check.
Oh my God, 50 years. That's
I
funny.
was just like, oh, my first unemployment check. I
Don't
was like,
hold,
holy
don't
shit.
hold your breath.
Yeah. I was like, wow. He's like, yep. He's like, so it is what it is. He's like, you're never gonna see it. He's like, you might as well just write that off. It's crazy, man, that they can just do that shit to us, right? Like,
I
we
know.
do what it is that we're supposed to do, and we can't even freaking we can't even get the shit that we need.
It's
It's
and
just
it's and
insane.
since COVID, it's really fucked up everything. Like, I remember when I moved into my house I have now to change my address, they thought it was
Right.
fraud, so like they requested I
Ugh,
go there in person. And I'm like, you know what? You people can fuck off. Do you know that I
all the
went
way off.
into do you know I went into B Dubs the other day on Sunday because I was gonna have like a drink or whatever, watching some of the games. I sat
Right.
down and this dumb bitch asked me for my ID to get a drink. And I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with me buying food? She's like, well, you want a drink. And I was like, do I look like I'm 21? No, I don't. Yes. I mean, I might look okay, but I don't look like I'm fucking 21. Okay. So like, and she was like, well, and I didn't, my ID was like out of my car. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. So I just left. It was like, this is so dumb. People can go without an ID and go vote and go fucking do
Yeah.
dumb shit, and go do like actual shit. But I need to show you my ID so I can pay you to sit down in your restaurant and then tip you. Yeah, I think I'll pass. I think I'll go somewhere else where they won't do that. And that's exactly what I did. It's
Yeah, it's
like, go
insane.
fuck yourself, dude. I'm not fucking giving you anything.
Yeah, it just freaking it blows.
It does.
I've been carded recently too. I actually laugh at it because I'm like, wait till you see it. I was like, thank you. All right, but just it's like you're just making an ass out of yourself. Go ahead.
And it's always the dumb they're like, "It's our policy." No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not.
it
You're just a fucking dick. That's your policy is you're mad about something in your day or your life and you're just trying to be extra. Like nobody fucking cares. I don't look like I'm 18. I don't look like I'm 21. Thank you. I wish I did, but I don't. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Jesus.
yeah, what are you gonna do? All right.
So
Did
there was something I saw last night on X, and it was about right now. I don't know if it's in New Jersey or where it is. I'll have to find it.
okay.
But there's this mom and her son is being held hostage at this hospital right now
Say
because
what?
the kid needs cancer or the kid needs okay, so the kid has leukemia, but he's also autistic.
Okay.
And the mom was doesn't want him she wanted him to like get some alternative treatment
Okay.
and they called the doctor. So may have possibly needed transfusion. She wanted to make sure it was people that had not ever got the COVID vaccine. She
Right.
wanted to make sure unvaccinated blood was going in her kid. And that allegedly caused them to report her to CPS. So now she is being watched. Her and her son are being watched by police, CPS workers, and one-on-one like in psych hospitals or certain situations, they have like
Yeah.
one-on-one sitters.
Yeah.
Um, they have people sitting with her and her son, making sure they don't leave. She is not allowed to leave at all. I gotta find hold on. I think I reposted it. I gotta find it because I was like, what in the
Is it
actual
on your
fuck?
X page?
I think so. Yeah. I think I
Hang on,
reposted
if
it.
I could try to get X working here. I was trying to bring it up the other day and it just took forever. All right. Let me see if I can find it. Is it a more recent post?
Yeah, I might just be able to send it to you. Hold on a second. I've got some really funny shit on my ex.
Hang on.
It's been very entertaining. I'm actually glad I still had a lot of my IG content. I had a lot of it saved in my phone, which made me so
Right.
happy because I still lost a lot.
When did you post it, honey? I got your page up.
Actually, I know I replied to it last night, so hold on
All
just a
right.
second. I don't know if I saved it or not. Sometimes
If you
it's so
find
hard
it,
to find things.
once you find it, just let me know. But that's just
Yeah,
fucking crazy, and then I'll pull it up.
it
Um,
is. It's totally
that's just
insane.
crazy that But again, you said this is happening in New Jersey? That doesn't
I
surprise me
think
that
it's
this
New
is
Jersey.
happening in
Yeah,
New
it's
Jersey.
somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Or hold on.
See if we can get
Yes.
some help from Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, can you look into this for us, please? Blondie was talking about a mother who's got an autistic kid and
It's
is needs
leukemia.
okay, not autistic, just leukemia.
I think he's autistic and has leukemia.
Okay. Um,
There's a
leukemia
video of
patient
somebody. Hold on, I'll find it.
child in New Jersey right now, and the family's being held hostage by essentially the state. Because when you get the police and CPS and everything involved to force you to stay somewhere, you're being held against your will. And it's
Is it
just sad
gone?
that
I
that
hope
would
it wasn't
freaking
deleted.
it
No.
wouldn't surprise me if it got taken down by because X is better, but X still has its people that are
I know that I
they do
bookmarked
sneaky
it because
shit
I
on there.
thought about it for today. Yeah, they fucking deleted it.
That wouldn't surprise me if X
So
did
there
that.
was a guy
They're
talking, he was standing outside the hospital and he's
mhm.
not like he was I think he was considering running for office, but he was saying like this is what I'm going to make sure he would like the fact that somebody can't leave against medical advice, how the fuck could you not go to a different hospital and go get some other
That's
and
actually
I'm
against
sorry,
it.
but if my child needed a blood transfusion or I did, I would
That's
also request non-vaccinated blood. I don't
Yeah,
want that fucking
that's
shit going
against
in
the
my
law
body.
anyway, right? Because like every freaking place, every hospital has AMA documents for you to sign.
Yeah,
So
you're
that the
allowed to
hospital,
leave. Yeah, you're
yeah.
allowed to get a second opinion. You're absolutely allowed to do that.
Hi, cowgirl. Cowgirl saying what's up to you, Blondie.
Oh, hi, cowgirl. Sorry, I'm trying to find this thing. I
She's
guess
trying
it's
to track a
deleted.
story down. She's doing her investigative journalism right now. Um, Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I could remember just working in a psych ward. We had AMAs and stuff like that for people who weren't brought in by the cops and like they came in by themselves or something like that and everything. Uh
Yeah,
and whatnot. If you were brought in by the cops, you were done. Doesn't matter. AMA wasn't gonna help you. You at a
exactly.
minimum
Yeah,
gonna say
that's that.
72 hours whether you liked it or not. Uh but that's what I'm saying. Like every hospital has these things, okay, and it's to cover the hospital to say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do to try to treat the patient. The patient still wanted to walk out, so you're signing away saying that we did what we were supposed to, regardless of whether they did it or not. It's just a CYA for them for the hospital. We know that some hospitals, they don't really go out of their way to do anything. And they still make you sign an AMA, and then you have no proof that they didn't do anything for you. Uh, but it's just sad that they got this poor woman held up and stuff like that with her child in the hospital.
I know it's really sad, and I can't. Yeah, it must have been deleted. That's fucking. It must have got deleted today because I know I saw that there were some people that liked my comment. So
Right.
that's what made me go. That's what I was looking for, and I can't find it in my bookmarks. I know that I saved it.
Right.
But that's I just yeah, I'm just like that's no way. There's no way someone can't leave against medical advice. And how can you report somebody to CPS because they don't want COVID blood? And I wouldn't want that shit neither.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like I specifically remember that the Red Cross up recently, in recent like months, maybe a year, okay, not too far, they were actually looking for people who were unvaccinated. Right, so
Really?
it's not like there isn't unvaccinated blood out there because there's plenty of that. All right, so it's not
Yeah.
like they couldn't do what they needed to do for her, right? Because I specifically remember that there was a call, okay, for people who did not get the COVID vaccine, all right, to donate blood and stuff like that. I remember that. Maybe I'm going nuts, but I could have sworn this was like last year sometime. Maybe it was in 2023 Who knows? But I could have sworn it
I
was
mean,
like
it's
within
definitely a
recent
thing,
time.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a thing, right? Like you can't get it,
I'm sure it'll
right?
be a thing
They
for, like,
probably
sperm at one point, there'll be women that want, guys that have been unvaccinated to be, like, sperm donors and stuff. You just never know. Just saying.
I don't know where the fuck that came from, but
Well, no, I'm just
Blondie
saying,
just wanted
like,
to
I
drop that little nugget in there for you guys.
just
That women were out there looking for unvaccinated freaking sperm donors. Um, oh shit. But I believe that's true too, by the way. I think I saw some stuff on that as well. That there were women who were looking
No,
for
I'm just saying it's
unvaccinated
really like
sperm.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't blame people because you don't know. I mean, even for, if having kids with somebody, I mean, you don't know the future sort of effects it's gonna have. Nobody does.
Right.
So, I get it.
Yeah, it just like I said, it's not like it's not a thing. Yeah, I think in particular they were asking for people who did not have the COVID, who were not vaccinated with the COVID therapeutic, because it wasn't a vaccine. It didn't do anything, no cures, didn't even freaking help. People died on it. Um, it is a big business on Facebook. Jonathan says it is a big business on Facebook Marketplace. What is the
What?
unvaccinated blood or the
Like buying
unvaccinated
sperm?
sperm,
Oh my
which
god,
would be
please
the
tell me
same
not.
thing anyway?
Well, maybe I'm glad I'm
Leave it to
banned from
Jonathan to
Facebook
find that
then.
shit.
I'm good.
Jonathan will
I'm
find
all
that shit in a minute.
set.
The unvax
No, like,
nut, he said.
I don't know if I even wanna know, just
He said it was the unvax nut.
like, people selling it or
Uh,
buying it? Like, let it
Tom
go
just said, "Rest in
expandable?
peace,
What?
Blondie's DMs." After that, Rogue Nina says that I'm
As I'm
correct.
doing research over here.
Yeah, Rogue Nina says that I'm correct. They are collecting. They are still collecting unvax blood and swimmers. Your DMs are gonna fucking
Oh,
blow up if
noted.
anybody was.
Noted. Okay. Jeez.
Holy shit! Oh. And here we have another gem from Blondie's corner.
Yeah, can I get some, unvaccinated and non-liberal sperm? Please and thank you. Could you imagine
Oh my
somebody
god.
requesting that when they go into the fucking thing?
Tom
Lord.
Tom says says how does one sign up for this study? He's asking for a friend. You see what you started?
Okay, I'm done, guys. Forget I ever said anything. It was the hot mama shirt, wasn't it? Just kidding.
Oh my god, that was awesome. That was great. And Jonathan says that there is a black market on Facebook Marketplace where women look for dudes to nut in them if they are proven unvaxxed. Nina says there's even an unvaxxed dating site. That doesn't surprise me, okay? Like, none of this shit surprised me to
Okay.
nowadays with
Well,
cowgirls laughing her ass off
the
right
only thing I have to say is I'm glad I'm banned from Facebook, and I'll leave it at that. What the fuck?
now. Yeah,
I
listen,
learned
but
something new today, apparently.
does this shit surprise you though? Think about it. Does it honestly surprise you in today's day and age? You can find anything
No,
you want.
I'm envisioning the sort of people that are
Yes.
doing this. Like I don't even know. I'll just keep my thoughts to myself.
Whole thing, you got to figure the unvaxxed swimmers got to be people that are probably like us, okay, who think about not wanting to have that poison in us and shit.
And well, I guess I'm thinking, well, I don't know. I guess I'm not thinking about that. I guess I'm thinking of like people looking for like actual like if they were going to like a sperm bank or something.
Right, I got
You know
you.
what I mean?
I
So
got
it
you.
probably would
Looking
be
to
some
do,
liberal women like I need some MAGA
yeah.
sperm because I can't get it any other way because I'm a big fat fucking piece of shit. Sorry, sorry, that was too
Some
blunt,
mega
but we all know
sperm.
it's true. We all know I'm gonna say what everybody's thinking. Come on.
Oh, where can I find some of that MAGA yam?
But also, I mean, I don't know that. I don't even
Oh,
know how to say
Blondie,
this. I don't know
this
that
is
I would
gonna,
go
you
to
know, this is
Facebook
gonna go on for a
Marketplace
while.
to look for MAGA sperm. I don't know that that would be the place that I would go, but So I don't really know. I don't really know. I
Well,
don't really know what
think
to
about
say
how many
anymore.
how many videos have you seen in recent years though of some of these liberal chicks talking about like liberal men are too feminine for they're realizing that liberal men are just they're more feminine than they are.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why they all. I mean, it's yeah. I don't know. So apparently there's MAGA dudes that have sex with them. Like so there was this one dude that was telling me the other day
Oh
on
God.
X. Apparently something that he likes to do is lead these liberal women on at the bar, have sex with them on a one night stand, and then the next morning throw a MAGA hat at them and tell them to like fuck off. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I get what you're doing, but basically, like, I would never
But
talk to you because I know you put your dick in a liberal chick.
yeah,
So I'm
but
all
think
set on
about it.
that.
Is he
But
actually really
also,
doing
you're
that?
but yeah, that too. But I was like, but also there's these girls that are always these liberal bitches are always saying that MAGA dudes are chasing them and stuff. And I'm like, if that's
Right.
true, you're the dudes that are doing that.
Correct.
And he was wanting to know why he can't meet like high quality women and all that. And I was like, well, dude, it ain't gonna be at a fucking bar and it ain't gonna be on a dating app. I can tell you that right now. I was like, and the women that you're looking for are also looking for the top 1% of men. So
Yeah.
you know, people need to, I don't know how to give you the answers to that, but I can tell you it's not going to be by bitching at people on X. It's not going to be by picking up some dumbass ugly bitch at a bar or on a dating app. That's just not going to happen. So then he
Tom.
started fucking calling people, telling me how people are fat and all that. And I'm like, dude, I weigh 120 pounds. I don't know what to tell you about the fat girls. Go yell at them. I have no answers for you. I can't relate.
Yeah.
Go fucking scream at somebody else. I was like, you're a dick. That's probably why you don't get laid
Well,
by
according
the
to him, he
conservative
gets
women
laid
because
to.
nobody wants to fucking talk to a dick, let alone have sex. Well, I mean, they want to have sex with a dick, but you know what I mean. Not a. Never mind. I'm
There she
retarded.
goes again.
Anyways,
Holy shit,
I'm
Blondie.
trying to find this fucking article about
You
this
have
mom
been
and
on
this
one
kid in
hell
the
of a
hospital,
fucking
and I can't
tangent
find
right
it.
now. Tom
I can't
Pascal
find
says
it.
Tom says the new DLC just dropped. Didn't realize it was man juice. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
boy, Blondie came in hot on this one.
Well, I wasn't trying to. We were talking about unvaccinated stuff. Oh, yeah, we were talking about unvaccinated blood.
Yeah, Nina says that no one's ever gonna want him after he's dipped it in all those libtards. It's true.
I know. Like, dude, I was like, you might want to keep that to yourself because that's fucking sick. I was like, you might want to delete your ex replies about this because
But think about it,
I was
like
like, I don't give a fuck if you make 200 G's a year. If I find out you put your dick in liberal chicks,
for fun.
I'm all fucking set, homie.
Yeah,
Keep that
but
shit to
like
yourself.
I guess for me it's like if you got to talk about it, are you really actually doing it? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
That's just me. I guess that's how I grew up. Like
And I just can't see all the MAGA, all the conservative men I know. I mean, yeah, there's some that'll put their dicks in probably literally anything, but they're most. I can't. I mean, most of them, if they find out someone's a liberal, that's just like a no go sort of a
yeah,
thing. Like
it's
with
end game right
when I
there.
had dating profiles, I like for the short time I did, I titled them with like swipe in the direction of your political affiliation because
Right,
I ain't got any fucking time for liberals, dude.
right.
I didn't even have enough time to fucking sort through to deal with the conservatives. So I just yeah,
Uh-oh.
we're not gonna get into my dating life.
What did Tom upload on the oh he uploaded something
Oh
on
no.
the what did he do? I just got a thing on what do you call it? All right, let's see where is it at? Where'd you upload it, Tom?
Tom, it better not be anything bad.
Where did he? I gotta see where. Oh, all right. He ordered. He just put up the more you know. To remember the NBC, the more you know.
Yes. Oh yeah.
There's the star that went across the screen.
Yep.
Yeah, Jonathan says it's not worth the hassle of the liberal chicks coming after you for child support.
Well, they would just get an abortion, but then exactly.
That's
So you
true.
would have if you know what I mean. So if you want someone to kill your kid, I guess if
Well,
that's the way
that
you
is
want to
so
go.
true.
But
That is so true. You're absolutely correct. They would just what do you call it, have an abortion anyway. Speaking of abortion, and maybe
That's
you'll be able
gross.
to comment on this.
Ugh.
It looks like, and you'll know more about this than I do because, like, your medicine says here that the
I
FDA approves
medicine.
another abortion pill after RFK Jr. pledged to review safety of how do you pronounce that? Mef-
Mifepristone.
mifepristone?
Yes.
Mifepristone? Okay. Outraging conservatives. The FDA recently approved a new generic version of an abortion pill. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to fuck it up. A move conservatives are blasting as complete betrayal. Evita Solutions, the maker of the low-cost form of the pill that terminates pregnancies through 10 weeks, was notified by the FDA on Tuesday, one day before the government shutdown, that it is abbreviated a new drug application, and it has been approved. And I guess this must be a statement from the FDA. We have completed the review and have concluded that adequate information has been presented to demonstrate that the drug meets the requirements for approval. That the FDA letter, I guess, said to Evita Solutions. Can you like school us a little bit on this fucking death drug?
Yeah, this is so the only time I can agree with this pill is like if a woman was raped and went to the
Yeah, I got you. I know
hospital,
there's circumstances.
you know,
I'm
yeah. She had the exam and everything. She got that, got the HIV prophylactics, all that. But as a woman, like I just can't understand how these women want to always rely on abortions. Like, how are you laying down and having sex with a man that, like, if you were to get pregnant, like, why? I mean, that that's obviously something that could happen when you're having sex
right,
with somebody. And the person, and you are choosing to lay down with the person and knowing that is a possible consequence or miracle, depending on which way everybody you want to look at it. You know what I mean?
I'll always see it as a
But
miracle. But I get
exactly,
what you're saying.
exactly.
I get what you're saying now.
Right. But, so that's always this argument. And it's like, it's a very, I'm not saying rape doesn't happen. I'm not saying pregnancy from rape
Right,
doesn't happen. I'm not saying that, I have never been in that situation. So I can't say that that is wrong or right for a woman to do. I don't know that I could look at a child that was a product of rape. I don't know if that's something I could do. But as
right,
far as these women just popping, so that medication, it it destroys the embryo, because at that point, so it will only work up until 10 weeks, so there is no heartbeat by then. So
right,
it basically just it destroys the cell, it destroys the embryo, and then it's just released, kind of like looks like a period basically. It's just like,
right,
a clump of cells, but we all are still just a clump of cells and 75% water. So this I was helping my son with a biology project last week where we had to label the parts of the cell. And I was
right,
telling him, I was like, they talk about how this little, fetus or baby is not anything but a clump of cells. I was like, but at the end of the day, we are all still just clumps of cells. So yes, they are true, but all of us are. But the thing, the only problem with this is, it just ravages the hormones. And after so many of these, your body is just not able to hold a pregnancy, especially, I mean, not from the
really,
pill, but like people that actually get the DNCs and those sorts of
right,
things, the
right.
later on abortions. I mean, I knew a girl that she had like 5 abortions, and by the
Good
time
lord.
she like wanted to have a kid, her body just could not, her womb could just not hold a baby anymore. So
Oh my
she
god,
was
that's
never able to
horrible.
have kids.
Well,
So, I guess I tell women, like,
see, but here's the thing, though, with Blondie. Before you go, just want to chime in real quick. These are the things that are not being told to him. What you're saying right now, right? What you're just explaining that you had a patient, okay, that had 5 abortions, okay, and was trying to get pregnant, finally trying to get pregnant afterwards, and couldn't, and her womb couldn't hold, okay, a
yeah,
child. So like these are things that aren't being explained. The repercussions, okay, the physical
yeah,
repercussions, all right, not even just the spiritual, but the physical repercussions of what it is you're doing to your body. Okay, when you're
yeah.
going one right after that, and there are people who literally use they use abortion as contraception. That
I
is just their
know, it's disgusting. It's so disgusting, and, I have 2 boys. I would love to have another kid. I don't know that I could ever afford it. I don't, who the hell knows? 'Cause it's been a
Right.
while since I've had a baby, obviously, but, like, it's just the most beautiful thing ever. So, like, how anybody could just do that is just insane.
Mm.
And just take a fucking birth control pill. I did that. I did that all the way up until I wanted to not, until I wanted to get
Right.
pregnant, and then I did.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
even
that
with that,
easy.
we're hearing now, that fucking it is fucked with hormones for a long time and stuff like that and everything.
Yeah,
But there's just listen, there are so many different forms of contraception in general, okay? That
absolutely. Yeah,
that if you don't want to just to speak on contraception, there are so many different forms of contraception that if you do not want to get pregnant so that you don't have to have an abortion or fucking take one of these pills and stuff like that, uh in order to abort it, okay, you just practice fucking safer sex prior to,
yeah,
okay, again, there's just so many different ways to keep yourself from getting pregnant and so many different, and again, don't let fucking dudes shoot their yam up in you. Don't have sex with a dude who wants to fucking go raw dog in you. If that's the case, if he's not your husband
right.
and you're not planning, you know what I'm saying? It's just like
Or
it's
not a
so
man
many
that
different things.
wouldn't, like I was married most of my adult life, but, I've never been I don't know, this is really personal, but, I'm just, I would never lay down with a person that would never do right by me
Right.
under and, I'm just but, I guess I'm just smarter than most of these other women, but it's really not that hard to do. It's just really not. But
Right.
anyways, just to kind of, like, just to add on to what we were just talking about, there's the Plan B pill, which, if you've already ovulated, the Plan B pill a lot of times won't work to
Mm.
stop a pregnancy. That's something a lot of women also don't know. But if you and some dude, if people go and have unprotected sex and you can't even go to fucking CVS and spend $30 for a goddamn Plan B pill, at least try that. These days there's literally no excuse. There's no excuse. There's just none.
Yeah,
And it's
I'm with you
disgusting when I
100%.
hear these people, like, if I never got to have another kid, that would make me sad, but it is what it is. I have kids. So
Right.
it's
You've
just
already
so
have
sad to hear these
experienced.
people that say that, that just
Yeah.
getting all these abortions left and right.
And
Because when
that's
they're
the
older,
other
they'll regret it. They'll regret not having kids. They're gonna be alone,
bunch
and
of
it's gonna be
with a
sad
bunch of cats
with a bunch of fucking cats. I'm
and blue
allergic to
hair.
cats, so I guess that's why I have kids. They're like fucking monkeys,
Yeah,
though.
kids
Like
are
fucking,
beautiful.
I don't even.
Kids are so beautiful though. Like,
They are.
for me, just again, it's more of a spiritual thing for me. I think we should be having more kids anyway. Obviously, you need to be in a position to have
Yeah,
children and stuff like that. I do agree. There's nowadays there's a complete economic component to it, and you need to be with the two individuals, male and female, need to be with each other. Okay, a man and a woman need to be with each other
yeah,
in the right circumstances so that you can raise your kid the correct way. With that said, excuse me, it's beautiful. Kids are just they're fantastic, and it's sad to see abortion being used as contraception because there are so many women who just can't even have kids, right,
I know.
physically, not even because maybe they passed their time and they're just like not in a position to have children, right, but I'm talking about like physically can't have kids, okay, their body won't work that
Yeah,
way, right, so that bugs the shit out of me. um
yeah.
Rognina says, how about count the days, figure out when you're ovulating and just don't fuck.
That works too a lot of times, although it's not always, reliable, but also,
Hookup
do you guys
culture,
I
the
know
hook
that you guys
the
notice it's always the big fat, like the ugliest chicks or old chicks that are always the ones out there championing for abortion rights. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like nobody's going to fuck you. No one's like the only thing that's coming in you is diabetes. Or you're like 60 years old, like
said the only
you
wait, did you
can't
just say
have
the
kids
only thing coming into you is diabetes?
anymore.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. Sad days.
That's the first. I never heard that one. That was fucking epic. That was classic. We just got a gem. I'm gonna use that shit on somebody. Definitely using that shit on somebody. Um, Nina
Oh,
says she doesn't believe that the day after pills should exist. Every bit of our water has traces of it and birth control in it now.
that is true.
Yeah. It's true.
Yep.
It just sucks. Tom says, "This is great. I'm not the unhinged one tonight."
Hey, what does that mean?
uh, guys, you never come on. You guys have been those of you who've been watching this show for a minute. No, you never know where our conversations are gonna go. Like we'll be on some serious
Oh,
shit.
no.
Next thing you know, we're making
Right in
fun
the
of
gutter
fat
the
chicks.
next. You just never
We're
know.
making fun of fucking fat liberal chicks who the only thing coming in them is diabetes. That's
Dude,
fucking classic.
I saw that line once as a comment on Instagram and
Oh
I've used it
God.
ever since and it's fucking gold.
Oh my God, that's
I was
epic.
like,
That
that
was
is the fucking most
fantastic.
hilarious thing. That was fucking
Whoever-
hilarious.
that's just straight up like that is legend status right now, coming up with some shit like that on the fly. Uh, oh my God. Oh, that was good shit. Great shit. That was awesome. But again, what is going on, Down? It's good to see you, brother. I'll see you
Hey,
Friday night.
down.
Down's a good dude. Uh, he's just like the nicest man. Don't want to fuck with him, but he's like the nicest dude. This big, tall, freaking giant of a man who's just like peaceful until you make him freaking not be peaceful. But he's peaceful like 99% of the time.
Well, that's always
Fucking,
good.
I can't believe we got into that conversation. That was just insane. That was so funny. That line right there,
Hey, you just never know.
you dropped it. You straight up dropped a bomb on that one today. That's awesome. That was awesome.
Dropping
That's a
bombs, like always.
straight nuke line on
True
somebody. I'm gonna
Blondie
use that
style, you
shit for
know.
sure. I'm absolutely gonna freaking use that shit. Oh man, that was freaking awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Our friend is back. Our
Ew.
good friend, Listeria. Here you go.
Oh,
Some more health stuff for you. Spinach recalled after batches. This was from today, earlier today. After batch test positive for potentially harmful bacteria. Snowpack Foods, never heard of them. Again, they're all owned by like the five same companies anyway, so I don't even know who these little brands are. Snowpack Foods suspends production as FDA investigates listeria source in frozen products. I'm going to ask you a question on that in a minute. A Minnesota-based food products, Minnesota, there we go. Suppliers recalling organic spinach after some of the product tested. What do you call it? Damn it! I hate when that does that. Oh goodness, it just moved on me.
mhm.
Positive for potentially harmful bacteria. The screen just moved on its own. Snowpack Foods, Delmar, 35-pound bulk organic frozen spinach. How do you get a bag of 35-pound bag of frozen
Holy
spinach? I
shit.
just want Snowpack 10-ounce
Fucking
organic frozen cut spinach are being recalled
was
as
Popeye
well.
by?
I know the case tested positive for Listeria was the same lot code the company used to repack the Snowpack organic frozen cut spinach in 10-ounce packages. All right, so let me ask you a question, and you can give us a microbiology class really quick. Um, like we see this with frozen foods sometimes. Like they just these fucking dangerous bacteria are completely frozen, shut on them, and then next thing you know, people are eating them after they freaking thaw them out and stuff like that. So why is that? Devilish Angelic. Yeah, Da. I didn't see her up today actually. Rogue Nina. I checked one before we came on.
Well, basically, so yeah, once it's frozen, I don't know, it freezes them and then it unthaws and it's basically live again. And then once the heat, it somehow activates it, and so it
Mhm.
reactivates the bacteria. So that's how it
Oh
comes
shit!
back. And it's yeah, I
But
don't. It's really
it's
crazy how
amazing
all
to
these
me
like
though.
yeah,
It's
it really
amazing to me
is.
because it actually
You
like
would think
think
that it
different
does.
bacterias. Okay, some can fucking flourish in heat, and others can flourish in like complete frozen cold and stuff like that. It's amazing how it goes
Yeah,
back and forth.
yeah.
That's just crazy shit. But again, because we talked about listerions, what the hell were we talking about last time with listeria? Forgot what the hell we were talking about.
Was that the one? Was that where it was in the pipes at that one?
Yes, Yes,
Yeah,
there you
because it was
go.
the
It was
heat.
in the
Yeah, the heat
yeah, it was
sparked
in the
it and made it
correct.
went through all the everybody's humidifiers in their bathrooms.
Right.
So yeah, the heat like that is what caused it.
That's crazy. So it's a pretty so it's a bacteria that can essentially survive in two different environments.
Yeah, frozen or extreme. Yeah, pretty extreme heat. Well, maybe not extreme heat, but steam.
Tom says that it likes cold environments. They probably found a trace in a drain or a wooden pallet in a packaging facility and pulled everything related to it out of an abundance of caution. I hope they did. Because like, you just again, listen, we know some natural things happen, right? But there are some unnatural shit that happens too. And cleaning your facilities is a big thing, right? Like sanitizing where you packing food, when that is something that you do. Shit, when I worked in the bar, as a bartender, we had to sanitize the wells and everything like that. Like literally, we
Yeah,
took heat and soap and disinfected and sanitized the wells because bacteria and shit grows in there. And like you'll have fruit flies fucking hanging everywhere if you don't clean that shit up and stuff like that. Everything was clean. So even in a bar, if you're actually in a clean bar, because there are bars that are just freaking completely dirty, but sometimes have the best food and you can't do nothing about it. You got to go eat it because it's in a dive. Um, but just cleanliness, like think about how far that actually goes, actually cleaning your workplace.
I actually saw this thing once where this like 13-year-old girl did an experiment and she tested different waters or different ice that came out of like the ice machines at fast food
Hmm.
restaurants that had more bacteria than a
It
bathroom
doesn't
floor.
surprise me. It doesn't
Fucking
surprise me.
disgusting. Same with ketchup, like the ketchup. So I just can't, I won't get ice or water. I won't do that. That's disgusting. I'm
That
not
doesn't
gonna have
surprise me.
nasty fucking ice in my drinks.
Yeah, that
And
doesn't
like
surprise
I
me.
tell people also, 70% of people do not wash their hands after going to the bathroom.
Yeah,
So, just
but it's trtrue. That's true. That's nasty.
I
If
can't
you're
deal with
one of those
gross people.
70%, you're a nasty fuck. Okay, not
But
cleaning your
then
damn hands.
people want to know why COVID or whatever, all the stuff goes around. It's because people just don't wash their fucking hands. Like it's really
And
not that hard. You don't need a
think,
mask. You don't need all this extra shit. Just wash your
yeah,
fucking hands a lot.
think about how long ago we actually figured out that washing hands, okay, was very important, right? All these pregnant women were dying at one point, and they figured out that just by the doctors washing their fucking hands and not having blood and going
Yeah.
from patient to patient and stuff like that made a huge difference back then. Can
Sterile
you imagine
technique
this?
is a thing.
This was before any kind of real sterile, where you can really
Yeah.
sterilize
Yeah.
shit. Think
Just
about that.
washing hands
Common
though.
sense.
Infection
Just wash your
control.
fucking hands. Especially, listen, you're running around and your dick beaters are dirty, for fucking crying out loud. Clean them motherfuckers, man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
seriously.
I'm like,
Fucking
I
gross.
like I have to, like, no matter what I do, I'm washing my hands. I wash my hands before I cook because like especially if I'm cooking for other people. As I'm cooking, I wash my hands. No matter what I
Yeah,
touch, after I'm done touching it, I
same.
wash my hands. You know,
Exactly.
and it's not above me to wear freaking cooking gloves and stuff like that. Some
Right.
and just to so people feel comfortable that I'm not putting my hands on food that they're gonna eat and shit. Like, cause some people don't like to eat other people's food if their hands are on. And I get that. I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't offend me in any way. I'm not from
Right.
fucking Bangladesh. I'm not gonna need my shit in there and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about it. I got gloves. Like, plus, I don't like think about. I cook shit with garlic
Bangladesh.
sometimes. I don't like that garlic smell all over freaking my hands and everything. That
Yeah,
stays forever.
that
Yes,
is true.
Rowena, sanitation. So like I go out of my way to just try to stay clean, especially when I'm cooking and stuff like that for other. Because I like to cook for other people. I enjoy cooking. I hate cooking
Mhm.
for myself, but I'll cook
Same.
for a bunch of people in a heartbeat. That's just the way I
Same,
am.
same.
Like I'll never cook for. I mean, I do cook for myself. I actually got some food that I got to make a rice. It's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, so I got to make a rice so it'll last me through the weekend and whatnot. Uh, so you got to save money in today's day and age. So you gotta make shit that you can
Yeah.
stretch out a couple of days.
I know that's right.
I make a big pot of rice with some chicken in it, some cooking ham, some turkey kielbasa, and it just fills it all up and stuff like that, and it just tastes fantastic. I use chicken thighs,
Sounds
boneless chicken thighs,
sounds
and
good.
I use what do you call it, chicken stock too. I don't just use water to cook the rice. I use chicken stock. It tastes really good. I got that from my dad actually. Taught me that a
Yeah,
long time
chicken
ago.
stock is the way to
And he's like,
go.
use the chicken stock in our rice. He's like, trust me, it tastes better. And he was right about that. I was like, oh shit. So I looked at my stuff and I was like, I gotta cook this stuff before it goes bad. And I'm just gonna make a huge ass pot of rice for me tomorrow, and that way I have food throughout the weekend.
Yeah, good idea.
Okay,
My
it
son
just
has a
sucks.
football game tomorrow, so I gotta do that.
Oh, nice. Tomorrow
Yeah.
night,
Yeah, their game's tomorrow at 6.
JV, right?
JV
Is
plays
he
on
junior varsity?
Thursdays, and then Friday is varsity.
Right.
And then
And he goes
Saturday
to
is
the
all the younger kids, like 3rd grade to 8th grade.
like the Pop
So
Warner kids and stuff like that. Pee Wee leagues.
yeah, my younger one's not playing this year. He's both of them have played both since 3rd grade. They've both played tackle football, but
Yeah.
it's so much fun to watch the kids.
Yeah.
I have way
Yeah,
more fun
Victoria.
watching them than NFL or college or anything like that, but
I haven't even
it's super
watched
fun.
football this year. My team always sucks. My professional team always sucks. But
Your
I
team.
actually enjoy watching college football. I just have not this year. I don't even know. I
Yeah.
usually know what teams are doing good and what the rankings are and stuff. This year, the last couple of years in general, I just haven't really been into it and stuff.
I've
But
watched both this year. I mean, I love sports. I love football, but I don't know. It was weird because the Ravens and the Lions, there was only 5 teams that didn't do a Charlie Kirk memorial. Both of those teams didn't do one, which bothers me, and I mean, I'm a Ravens fan
yeah,
because I'm from Baltimore, but the Lions are my NFC team now that I've lived here in Michigan, and my
right,
ex-husband was a huge fan of them when they played terribly and were 0-16 forever,
right.
so
He was a
I had
die.
to
He's a
watch.
ride or die.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, after me having for years having to watch this just absolutely terrible team to actually see them do good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what got my Instagram kicked off last year when I joined Instagram was I actually won tickets to the Lions
I
game.
remember when you posted that.
Yeah. The Lions and the Vikings, and I won out of like 20,000 people, and it was so fucking cool. And um yeah, it was awesome, like, it was even though,
It's
even though
fun.
the Ravens are my team, like, it was just that was really fucking cool, and they beat the
Yeah.
Vikings and everything, and it was before the
Yeah.
Vikings had their gay cheerleaders and all that stuff.
Fucking
If they would have, I would
can't
have
make
thrown
this
a
shit up.
grenade, I would have fucking
They
yeeted that thing right out in the middle.
Oh my god, that's just it's don't even get me started on that Twinkie shit. Um, I I love I did enjoy going to professional football a lot more ever since the BLM shit, and now they have these stupid things. They keep getting woker and
Yeah.
woker with dumb shit. Um, I'm a diehard Giants fan. I've suffered with them forever. With that
Oof.
said,
Yeah.
I have been alive for all and watched all 4 Super Bowls that they won. Okay, and the two of my favorite was beating fucking what's his face Tom Brady. Beating him was awesome. But it
Yeah.
just I went the last football game I went to was actually in North Carolina. I went to a Giants fucking Panthers game and they beat us. They beat us with a field goal and we almost scored with like 10 seconds left and stuff. It was insane. But it was just we had the best seats. My brother got them. We spent the night in Charlotte. Uh so we like the night before we went out to dinner and everything. Then we went to the game day of because it was a day game, and it was just fantastic. We were on the 50, like on the
Nice.
Giants side, like right up on the front. So we were just like take snapping pictures. They were the players were very active with the Giants fans behind because like a whole section was all Giants fans and stuff. And it was just a good experience overall. But they've
Nice.
gotten so wokey and shit like that that everybody is just
Well, the halftime show, they're doing the Bad Bunny dude who's, like, gonna sing it all in Spanish, and he's, like, a
yeah.
trans dude,
Yeah,
and
Pasco, I
everybody's like,
remember
"Go fuck
2000.
yourself.
I
Nobody
remember
wants to
losing to the
listen to
Ravens.
this." Huh.
Um, yeah, I remember that one. I watched that one too. I didn't think we were going to win that one even going into it. So the Ravens were just unstoppable. There was no beating the Ravens that year, and
Ugh,
I knew
so
that.
good.
The Giants had
I
nothing for them.
Ray Lewis's last season, I got to go to a Ravens-Titans game in Tennessee, in
Hmm.
Nashville, and got to see him play one of his last games. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah, Vicky. The woke culture has the woke virus has mind virus. has absolutely destroyed everything. Everything we love, every IP is all FUBAR now and stuff like that. I don't even know what IPs are left that freaking haven't fallen into that DEI woke shit. Uh, I don't even see anybody coming out of it really. So it's all you have to do is look at Netflix. They got these Transformers and Decepticons inside their cartoons and whatnot.
It's so sick. It's just so sick.
Yeah. Like I haven't had Netflix in a long time. Um, I haven't had Disney Plus in a long time. Once they ruined
I
Star
have
Wars,
it
that
because
was
of
it
my
for me.
kids, but I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah, listen, guys, I have to cancel this. Like, I just can't." And I never watch Netflix. Like, they never have anything good on there. Like, I can't even remember the last time. I think I watched Seinfeld on there, but I don't need that to watch Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or older or
Believe it or
whatever.
not, they do have some in all the bullshit. They do have some really good movies that come out that they make that are good. Like they'll do a
Yeah, that is
handful of good
true. Or
movies. uh,
series. Some of the
Yeah,
series are
that is
really good.
okay, right? But everything else is just trash. It's just
Yep.
crazy. They have been doing pretty good with anime recently. I haven't seen anything. Again, I haven't had Netflix in a while, so I haven't been on there.
So my
The only thing I have
15-year-old, he has some anime shows on Netflix that he likes. So I was like, dude, I don't know. As long as it's not
what
any weird trans, but I mean, he's not like that or anything. He's,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
but
thing
still,
is
it's
with
just
anime,
weird. Fucking just weird.
the thing with anime is like, so just so people know, in anime, okay, they have they have approached that whole thing with uh, everything from homosexuality. They've approached it a complete and total different way, and they've made it hysterical. Actually, you actually can laugh at some of it, right? When it's there, you're laughing at it, and there's always a back and forth, okay, between someone who's not gay and someone who actually is, and they're always going back and forth, and there's always like it's always a disaster. So you can laugh at it as it would be in real life, right? But not the shit that they're doing with these kids cartoons. Okay, that's completely different. Like anime,
Yeah.
I tell people, listen, if you're gonna let your kids watch anime, you should actually watch some of the stuff because you can find different things in anime, everything from freaking romance to comedy
Yeah.
to horror to whatever sci-fi, whatever. You can find a whole bunch of things in anime. It's like whatever you're into, fantasy, like elves and shit like that. Like that's the type of shit I like anyway. With that said, you have to. I tell people, parents, if you're gonna let your kids watch anime, watch some of that stuff with them, just to get an idea of what it is that they're gonna watch, and make sure they watch the right. You have them watch the right thing. You have to. It's not even just with anime. Anything in life. If your kids are gonna watch something, you should be freaking paying attention to what it is that's on their screen, and watch some of the shit with them so that you can nip it in the bud if you feel you have to. Because like what Netflix is doing with the kids cartoons is just it's a disaster. um
Yeah.
it's
Lip TikTok
sickening.
was posting it on X constantly, and I was just
Yeah,
like, this is fucking atrocious. Like,
it's sickening. It's
who the
really
fuck
sickening, right?
would you think to put something like this in there for little kids? Like the Jurassic Park thing, like, what the hell there was, like, these 2 teenage girls kissing in the cartoon, like, what the fuck does that have to do with dinosaurs? Like, they just find ways to or, like, some guy dressing up.
I know.
It's like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, nobody cares.
Right. I agree.
So weird.
No, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why do you have to inject this shit in there? Okay. But again, it is to desensitize children. You've heard me say it a million times. I'm
Yep,
going to probably say it another million times. It is to desensitize kids with anything that has to do with sexuality, with sex and stuff like that, so that people can do nefarious things to them because that's what they want,
yeah,
right? We got these crazy pedo wackos, okay, who want to do nasty things. There are real life monsters in this world. I used to tell my son that all the time. There are real life monsters in this world, son. Okay, and when you don't feel right, you extricate yourself from a situation. You let your parents know what's going on and everything, to the best of your ability. And you have to tell your kids. You can't lie to your children about this shit. But we also have to pay attention, like I said, to what it is that they're watching and whatnot.
yep. That was very true.
It gets crazy fast. But there's so many other things. There's so many other outlets now, right? Like people don't understand, right? Like if anybody follows Eric July, he has the Rippaverse. So if like you want shit that's not woke, he's got a good freaking comics and stuff like that. He's got people within his group now, like Drunk 3PO, J David, he's through the Rippaverse. He's got a comic that's out called I think it's Achromatic Blue and Achromatic Green. That's geared towards like kids and geared toward teenagers and stuff like that, right? And adults can read it too. It's not woke in any it's just kid related type stuff, things that children go with some comic stuff in it, right? Like it's like fantasy and stuff like that. It's just
Mhm.
there's so many other options out there. I think PragerU has freaking cartoons for kids. Even the Daily Wire has kids. Angel Studios has stuff for kids
Okay.
and stuff like that. That's a little bit more religious. You probably should have your kids watch it anyway. More kids need more Jesus in their life right now anyway. Um, but there's so many other options. There are patriotic comics. I forgot some of the groups. We talked a little bit about Monday. Jonathan probably knows a lot better than I do. But there are outlets out there that you can still keep your kids away from some of this crap, like on Netflix and shit like that. So it's just up to us as parents to take that initiative, okay, and find this shit for them.
Yeah.
But your kids are teenagers anyway, so like they're like, Mom,
Yeah.
cut it out, Mom. Stop it already. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
my
watch
kids
this,
are like,
Mom.
Mom, they just want me to cook them food 24/7. And just, I'm like, you guys better, get it together and find yourselves good women when you grow up because y'all
Just
are a lot of work.
feed them and chauffeur them around, right?
Exactly.
It's just like fucking driving Miss Daisy up in this motherfucker.
I know my oldest he's got his learner's permit and stuff, and I was like, dude, you're gonna be driving me everywhere. Once you're driving, I'm not doing anything anymore.
But that's the way
I'm like,
that's
that's
the
why
way
I
it
had you
works.
guys, so I don't have to do a goddamn thing. Y'all gonna do
Well,
my yard work, do everything.
that's what
That's
my
how it's supposed
parents
to be.
did. They did the same shit with me and my brother. They actually put us behind the wheel, okay, driving during the daytime on the highway. They were just like, "You're gonna learn how to fucking drive,
Yeah,
okay, and you're not gonna get into an accident. Do not get us killed. If you get
yeah.
us, I'll kick your ass. If you get us into an accident, I'll kill you first. You're sitting
I
there
told my son,
fucking
I was like, well, at least you're not
three
learning how
and
to drive
nine,
in Baltimore.
3 and 9 and shit like this, or fucking 2 and 10, fucking
Oh my
stiff.
God. Did
uh,
I ever tell you, the movie Borat?
yes,
So
that was actually a
Mr.
pretty funny movie.
Panuski,
I hate
yeah,
I hate the
Mr.
dude, but
Panuski,
it was a pretty funny movie.
Mr. Panuski, who was Borat's driving instructor in that, was my literal driving instructor at Perry Hall
Get the
Driving
fuck out of
School
here! Are
in
you
Maryland.
serious?
Yes, I swear to God. Oh my God. But yes, I swear to God, and that was a few years before Borat was made. And it's really
Holy
funny
shit!
because and so it's actually really funny. So my first driving test I failed because of course I made, so you have to come up to the stop sign, you make a right turn, but of course since I'm a woman driver, my fucking front right tire hit the curb, so I failed. So then I had to go redo it. And Mr.
Fucking love it.
Panuski, he was fucking Borat's driving instructor, and I had it on my Instagram. I still have the part of the movie where he's his driving instructor. But he had to drive me up to Bel Air Driving School in Bel Air, Maryland. Tom knows where this is because Tom's from there. And I took my driver's test again and I passed. But no fucking shit. Mr. Panuski, he owns Perry Hall Driving. If you watch the movie, you'll even see it. It says Perry Hall Driving School.
I don't even.
And
I failed my test the first time too. I don't even know how I failed it too. I did like everything he asked me to do. I fucking did, but for whatever reason, I just like,
I
and you
thought
don't
it just
ever
because
get
I
to
was just
see,
a typical
and
woman
you don't
driver.
even get to see why you fail. Like they just take their sheet with you, and they're like, "Yeah, you didn't pass." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I
That's
was like, "Can
funny.
you at least tell me what I did wrong so I can fucking make sure I don't do it the next time?"
Yeah, well, I know why I failed, and yeah, I mean, I'm definitely when I was a
With the
teenager,
fucking
I
curb.
definitely blew out some front tires. Not gonna lie, my brother, my brother had to come help me a couple times.
You can't make this shit up. I love
Oh
it,
my God,
Blondie.
no. Oh my gosh. But yeah, fucking Borat's driving instructor was my driving instructor. It's so fucking great. The first time I
Did
saw that movie, I was like, dude, there's no fucking way. Like, This is actually my life.
Did your freaking when you were driving, did the car you in have like fucking a setup on the right side of you too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I had a setup too. Like my guy was just an asshole, man. Cause like I didn't have driver's ed. Okay. Like our school did driver's ed, but I didn't have it. And so my parents got me fucking driving instructor and stuff like that. And when, you know, so that I could drive when because they were working and stuff like that. And then when they weren't working on the weekends, they would take me out and stuff. But like this dude was such a dickhead. And he had and he had one of those hair dudes. Like his glasses were like, he had gazelles, gazelle type glasses. Just look up gazelles if you guys want to know from the '80s and shit with those glasses, like the Fat Boys, the glasses that the Fat Boys used to wear. He had glasses like that, okay, and they were like fucking 3 inches thick. I don't even know how he could see, and he had a comb over of like 3 strands of hair that went over the top of his head.
Why is it
Okay,
always three strands?
yeah,
It's
he had like
always
3 strands of hair, and you could just tell he was a miserable person. And I got stuck with him for fucking driving lessons.
it's like my ninth grade biology teacher. He had like three strands. He'd always come over with the fucking same glasses. I swear to God, almost the same exact thing.
Tom said that
I'd
his
be like,
driving instructor passed out while he drove all around the city and back home for 2 hours.
man, that's fucking
But yeah,
funny.
like I mean, I didn't understand it. Like, this dude was just such a dickhead. And then like, they would get stupid and you get yelled at and shit. And it makes it worse because like you're trying to do the right thing and they're yelling at you and shit. And I had told my dad the second time. It's like all he does is like yell. Like if I'm doing something wrong, just tell me why I'm doing something wrong so I don't do it again. But if you yell at me, I'm not going to pay attention to you. I'm just going to do it. And it's like, I had been, like I said, I had been driving once I got my permit with my parents, so I was doing my thing. So like I felt I was okay, but we're obviously never right. This motherfucker, he would just yell at me all over, and then his hair when he started yelling, like his hair would like twinkle, like would like twitch and shit like that. His 3 strands of hair, it was fucking awesome. And then I would start laughing because I would see that, and then I get in more trouble and stuff like that because I start cracking up. I was like, oh okay, that's why he's yelling at me because he thinks I'm laughing. I'm laughing at his instruction. I'm just laughing at his hair, the top of his fucking head.
It's hilarious.
Just 3 strands of hair. That's what I'm laughing at. It's crazy. But what are you gonna do? Like they just, I can't believe that your what do you call it, instructor was in Borat. That's absolutely amazing.
And you know
That's
what's
good
funny?
stuff.
Because that movie, that it was such a small budget movie, it was never supposed to be anything. So like
Right.
all those people only got paid like 25. I think Pamela Anderson probably got paid the most out of anybody in that movie.
Really.
Because he was like trying to like kidnap Pamela Anderson.
Right.
um,
It was good. It was a pretty funny movie. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed that movie.
but so they all ended up suing the movie and everybody because they
I
ended up
know.
making millions and millions of dollars. So now they only got paid like 2 G's a piece or something. But no fucking shit. That was my driving instructor. I'm looking through my
That's
phone. I think I had it saved, my thing I did on Instagram.
well. I mean, again, that's a story that you can. Do your kids know that? Have you told your kids that?
Yeah, but they don't know who Borat. They don't even
Oh,
know what
yeah,
that
yeah. They would
is
have to
because
watch the movie.
I think I've tried to tell them. They just look at me like, "Why are you talking?" you know, you know what I'm talking about. My 15-year-old does that. I'm like, dude, I will knock you out.
Yeah, you know how it is. Kids, they tune us out.
And he's like 6'1", and I'm like, yeah, you're almost a foot taller than me, and I'll still take your ass right the fuck out.
The kids tune us out like immediately. Especially nowadays, they just tune us out. Like whatever.
Oh, I know.
Like they're like whatever. They don't understand anything. You try to explain shit to them, and they don't get it.
Just give me
Uh,
a minute.
so, what are your thoughts on this fucking movement, America, on this digital ID shit that's going on all over the world? It's creeping in everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Just gotta hope that the morons that run this country don't fucking decide they want to bring this up, because it would be an absolute disaster. So this is a suppressed article from, what do you call it? From Free Spoke. I use Free Spoke. It's a good platform, great search engine. You can find articles, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. You can find articles and stuff like that. They actually have breakdowns, pretty good. It says Google's non-apology in the West digital ID creep. This is from yesterday. It says it's not me. It's a you phrase rarely uttered in the dating world, and yet something Google seems to often repeat, but only when it has. Such was the tech giant's council written statement in response to subpoena from Chairman Jim Jordan's House Judiciary Committee regarding censorship. If you remember, these guys were up on the Hill, and he came up. They essentially they agreed, and they came out of their face and told the truth that the Biden administration had pressured them, but they did it willingly. They really weren't pressured to go after conservatives and ban a whole bunch of us and everything like that and censor us. And they were like, well, we got direction from everything was the Biden administration, right? You know, um, they admitted a little, really, when you think about it, because they were only going along with it, right? Because they think the same way. Marxists hang together, and they'll blame one another and point at one another and stuff like that, as if it's the Spider-Man freaking meme going on. Everybody's pointing at one another and everything, but the reality is they're on the same team. They, what do you call it? I'm with you too, Victoria. Hell to the no. I'm not on. You will never find me on board the digital ID thing. It's just not my thing. Uh, it's just more ways for them to debank you, cancel you, um, shut off your electricity, all kinds of shit that they can do with that stuff. It's insane. They just want the one world government and all that other crap. One world ID, and we have to continue to stay free here in America, fam. We have to continue to fight, continue to support the right people the best we can, because a lot of them are assholes. We all know that. We call them out when they're being dipshits and stuff like that. We call balls and strikes on this show, regardless of the fact that what side we're on, because we have to. So when people do dumb shit, we got to call it out. Even on our side, we're not sheep like the left. They don't call their own people out. Um, Actually, they do if they're not progressive enough. If they don't sound progressive enough, then they call them out. But then the people that they call out will capitulate, and they will continue to, do the dumb shit that they do on the left. But this digital ID thing is a real thing. It's all kinds of social scores, and it's a crazy thing, man. They could find ways. I think China, with that score thing, they recently just or was it Vietnam? I'm sorry, Vietnam. Uh, like thousands of people, I think they just took all their money, debanked them with the social score shit and everything like that. It's insane. Huh. So Victoria says that she had a social work professor years ago who said, "Get ready, folks, because it's coming, whether you like it or not." I laughed, saying he'd have to hold me down first. Yeah, I agree. We have to go kicking and screaming, fam. We absolutely cannot let that take hold here. Digital currency and all that other shit that some of these Marxist fuckers want to do. We got to make sure that that never comes to light here in the U.S. But this digital ID thing is a big thing, because with that, um, they got everything on you. Okay, with digital ID, they'll get your medical records. It'll morph into something absolutely out of control. And we can't trust. We can't trust the government with anything. They get shit wrong all the time, and they have enough of our information as it is. But that digital ID thing is very scary. And like I said, I think it was in Vietnam that I saw it. I don't know, Jonathan, if you could look that up for me, please. I think that was in Vietnam, that they just debanked a whole bunch of people and their money's gone. Like, the government, I guess, took their money. I don't know. But again, that's what they can do to you. They can do shit like that to you with a digital ID and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
absolutely.
I found the Borat video and I've sent it to you, and I don't know why it won't send on X.
Oh, really? I can't, like, it's not
I know,
coming
I'll
to
try
me.
it again. Yeah, I just sent it.
Alexa's being stupid. Like, the other day was being dumb. Like, I couldn't pull anything up on it. Like, I could see shit. Yeah, I don't see it in my messages.
Okay,
Yep.
now I think it's sending now.
Okay, I'll pull it up. Yes, Jonathan confirmed that they in Vietnam they canceled a bunch of bank accounts. So we don't want that here in the U.S., fam. You guys know how we feel about our freedom. We want to stay free here in the U.S., and we're the only ones that can continue to keep us free. It's the citizenry. Can't count on our politicians. Every time they disappoint us, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. We know that. But we have to keep doing it. We have a representative government, 86 to be exact. That's absolute nuts. I think we lost Blondie lost her signal. Oh, she sent the video. This is freaking awesome. Hang on, let me share that first. This is I'm gonna pull that up right now. Oh my god, it's gonna be awesome.
Instructor, welcome to our country, okay?
My name is Borat.
Okay, good. Well, I'm not used to that, but that's fine.
I'm not used to that, but
Now,
that's fine.
you do know how to drive a little bit?
Yes?
Yes. Put it in D.
What?
Drive.
You gotta watch it from the beginning.
Huh?
Now, wait a second.
Watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Have you driven a car before?
Yes, many times.
All right, let's go this way. Wait a minute. I don't want you hitting anybody. You'll use two hands now.
What?
Two hands.
But then it look like I am holding a gypsy while he eats my
I
crumb.
don't care what it looks like. You use two hands when you drive, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Watch the children.
Okay, no problem.
So funny that
Must
he was
not hit the children.
Look, there is a woman in a car. Can we follow her and maybe make a sexy time with her?
No.
Why not?
Because a woman has a right to choose who she has sex with.
What?
How about that? Isn't that amazing?
You
There must be consent. How about that? That's good, huh?
It's not good for me.
Oh, it is good. Here's the car.
Okay. You want to have a drink?
You can't drink that while you're driving. It's
Why
against,
not?
it's against the law.
What? Who is this car that follows us? I wish it didn't follow us
But
anymore.
did he realize that this was a
We
skit?
will lose
No,
them.
we better not lose them.
Hey, don't look at me. Eat my tits.
We'll make a right turn up here.
Don't look at me like that. I will eat your shit.
typical.
Hey, you fuck my mother.
Hey, come on, you can't
No,
do
he do before.
that.
He look
can't
on
do
me.
that, okay? They're going to throw us in jail, me with you.
Why you
can't,
in jail? He look on me. La 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 behind.
You can't say that.
I like you. Do you like me?
I do like you.
You are my friend.
You're a nice young man, and I am your friend.
You will be my boyfriend.
Yeah, I won't be your boyfriend.
Why not? You do
Well,
not
I
like
can be.
me?
Yeah, I can be. Depends. No boyfriend. Yeah, I can.
Great success. Now
Did he-
time
did
to
he
make
know?
purchase of motor cars.
I want to have a.
Did he know?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
He did.
Yeah.
So he agreed to do the. He agreed to
Yeah.
do the
So he
the schema-
owns Perry Hall Driving School, but it's
Okay.
I don't know, it's just so funny.
That's
That was
funny.
like unbelievable, and that's like it's always like just a fun fact I love to tell people about myself.
Well, you're part of
Borat's
That's
driving
funny.
instructor.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that he was like, what do you call it? A good sport about it to actually be in it and stuff like that, and go
Yeah.
with the joke and everything, and go with that segment of the movie and everything. So Jonathan said they debanked 86 million people in Vietnam with that digital ID shit,
Oh wow.
and that's what it comes down to. It's nothing but control. They just want to control us.
Of course. And that's what's going to come next now that they know most people will have abided with COVID and all that. They know that now they can do it with digital ID stuff.
I think there'd be well, we know what side will continue to be sheep and go along with it, but I think our side this time we're not gonna stand by idle like we did last time. We were kind of idle, especially because most of us that were trying to talk about it were getting freaking censored and everything,
Yeah.
and whatnot. Jonathan put a put an article in. This is crazy. Absolutely nuts. The State Bank of Vietnam. Here we go. It says the State Bank of Vietnam, SPV, has deactivated over 86 million bank accounts. Vietnam's State Bank of Vietnam has initiated a significant data cleansing effort, deactivating over 86 million bank accounts as part of a national push for biometric verification. So that's like DNA. Oh my God. This initiative stems from Project 06, a government project launched in 2022 to develop a unified digital identity system with a goal of full implementation by 2025 and a vision extending to 2030. That's Project 20. That's the 2030 plan we occasionally talk about. The goal is to create a cashless society, reduce fraud, and align with international standards such as those established by the OECD and BIS, Bank of International Settlements. With a population of approximately 101 million, Vietnam had roughly 200 million bank accounts before this, many of which were inactive, duplicate, or used for scams, resulting in around 113 million personnel and 711,000 organizational accounts remaining active after verification. Yeah, I don't believe for a minute that the commies were going after what do you call it, inactive accounts and stuff like that. That to me that this doesn't. Yeah,
Did those accounts
that
have money in them, or were they?
it. So what they were saying is it was inactive accounts and stuff like that, scammy accounts and shit. I
Oh,
find that hard to believe. The commies being the way the communist network works, they probably
right.
fucking just absolutely 86, no pun intended, 86 million freaking bank accounts. And even if there were, right, some accounts in there that were scammy and fake and inactive, right? You know a whole bunch of people got caught up in that deliberately.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that
They
sucks.
they used the arm of the government, the force of the government to debank 86 million accounts. You know, a lot of them, like I said, were probably actual accounts that they just took their money. Probably wouldn't surprise me in the least if
And
they
with,
did that shit.
and I'm sure it's not like ours. That's federally insured because it's not because it's a communist
Yeah,
country. So
yeah,
that
and
sucks.
even like our shit's only assured up to what, like 250 grand or something. No matter what you
Yeah.
have,
Well, it's
you
because
could
there's
have
not
like
enough
two.
anything to back it up.
Yeah,
Like if we all went and took all of our money out of the banks right now, they would all go under because they loan out money based off of what's in the bank, and they would just all go
correct,
under.
correct.
Maybe we should do that and all
Excellent
stop
point.
paying taxes. Maybe then these fucks would like. I'm actually really, from what I found out what happened in Michigan this year, how they just uncovered the $5 billion of fraud. So over all these years, they haven't fixed any roads, haven't done anything because it's all
Right.
went to. It's just last year we paid for actual gender affirming surgery of Michigan inmates, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
So
I
the
know that.
fact I
I
don't
know
want to
you're
pay
not
federal
kidding.
taxes. I want to pay state taxes because I got no unemployment. I got no help when I needed the fucking help the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes me so sick to even like I literally want to go change my W-2 shit, and I'm not even kidding. Like I don't I and you know what, I'm sure that'll bite me in my ass, but I really like I need my money. I need that extra $400, $500 in my paychecks right now. I don't have time to give it to a bunch of fucking assholes that are literally doing nothing but just giving it away to people that don't need it. Like, I'm just done.
Uh,
So I guess they'll have to come arrest me and take away my shit, which, I mean, I don't own a house or anything, so I guess you just have to come arrest me. I don't really care. I mean, I don't really
Well,
give
we don't.
one flying fuck.
We definitely don't want to see you get arrested, Blondie.
But at least
It,
there's
it,
not the armed IRS agents anymore. I mean, how do you have taxation without representation? I mean, what the actual fuck?
that is,
So
it's a great
that's
way of
gonna be
putting
my
it.
legal
That
argument
is a
is,
great
well,
way of putting it.
taxation without representation. How about I'm not gonna pay taxes and you can take it out of their fucking paychecks. And if you don't like it, come arrest me. I don't really fucking care. I don't really have shit, so
It's the
I really don't care. I'm done.
it's an abysmal thing that's going on, right? Like our government is shut down right now, and you know these fuckers they're still getting paid and everything like that. Um, it's gonna have effects across every sector in the U.S. and stuff like that when the
Yeah.
government's not working. Um, and you can Chuck Schumer and fucking Sombrero Hefe,
Jeffries.
Jeffries, Hefe Jeffries. The number one, Tom says, the number one argument against raising the voting age without raising the draft age. Yeah,
The drinking age. You can go get your dick cut off, but you have to be 21 to have a beer, you know.
imagine
You
that.
can you have to be 18 to vote or serve your country, but you can be a child and get gender affirming surgery, but you can't do anything. You can't get a tattoo till you're 18 or drink a beer till you're 21.
Well, at least I mean I don't know how it is.
Yeah.
Again, my time when I was a teenager in the military, we were allowed to go to the E Club, and I could get beer at 18. I couldn't get liquor until I was 21, but I was able to get beer. Oh, we would drink a whole bunch of liquor prior to anyway, but like I could get beer. I don't know if but because like a place like 29 Palms out in California, and this was in the 1990s, things may have changed. You still in their E Club couldn't drink. Um, you couldn't drink until you were 21 because I think it had something to do with a deal with the state or something like that. But it was ridiculous. But everywhere else I went, I mean, when I was overseas, you could drink at 18. Uh, Boy, did I do a lot of drinking overseas in my teens.
Yeah, in South
Probably
Korea,
a
when
little.
I lived there, like, I mean, Jesus Christ, so many bars were off limits. You know, because over there they've got like the drinky girls, so it's like a bunch of
Yeah.
Korean, Filipino hookers. I mean, I met chicks like they literally poked holes in condoms so they could get pregnant by these soldiers and shit. I
Yeah.
mean, some really, you know, and I hear these guys that are like, "Oh, be a passport bro, go abroad and find a wife," and it's like, dude, it's like, homie, I don't know if you know exactly what you're getting into, but yeah, it's some weird fucking shit. I'm just saying because I
Yeah.
met some bitches that did that, and I was like, whoa,
The
that's fucking
juicy
wild,
girls.
bro. But all right,
The juicy girls in South Korea.
juicy, yeah, the fucking juicy girls, the drinky girls.
Yeah, they had them in Okinawa too and everything like that. Yeah. It's fucking
Most unattractive group, like Philippine. I'm not gonna say anything, but just I don't know, just a weird, interesting situation.
but the South
Let's
Korea
give it
thing,
a
because like the South Korea thing, I didn't go to South Korea, but like people that I knew who were
that was a
stationed
fun
there and
place.
whatnot were like that was like it wasn't even just like Asian juicy girls. They were like
There were
European juicy girls
Russians,
and stuff like that.
and
Yeah.
that's like a huge human trafficking area. Tons of
Yeah.
Russians, tons of it. Just yeah,
Oh, they live caged up. Like literally, like
yeah,
they're only out in the bars to fucking, to bang dudes and get money, and the money goes, they don't even have the money, doesn't really go to them and stuff like that. And they live in cages essentially.
yeah,
It's a fucked up life.
and that's a third world country, so
You know,
definitely,
it's crazy.
yeah.
It's nuts. But like Okinawa though, I used to drink everywhere. It was fucking awesome. It was
How old
absolutely
were you
awesome.
when you were there?
Oh, let's see. I turned 18 in basic, so I got absolutely destroyed on my birthday. That was fun. Uh, so let me see. It's 18. I turned 19 while I was in Okinawa. I got there at 18. Turned 19. Yep. And I came back to the States when I was yeah, I came back to the States when I was 19, and I turned 20, 21 back in the States. But of course, we used to just, you know, when I came stateside, we would just like, we would power up before before we took off anyway. So, we'll get all juiced up and liquored up and stuff before we went anywhere. So, because I couldn't get alcohol in the bars and the clubs that we went to because of stateside 21. But
Right,
when we went to the E Club on Thursday nights and stuff like that, I could drink as much as I wanted, as much beer, and of course we drank in the barracks and stuff like that. Uh, but we would drink on the way up to wherever we were going. We would be drinking, so it didn't matter. Uh, getting alcohol wasn't a problem.
I was gonna say, I mean, like always loved. I like playing pool, but that was always. I mean, that's just something we all always did: just drink and play pool. It's just part of the life, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said though, I know overseas it's 18, and on what do you
Yeah,
call it, on the open ocean it's 18 too, in international waters and stuff like that.
I mean, it should
So
be.
yeah, it was
If
it
you're
was
able to go do that, you should be able to have a fucking beer. Like,
yeah, I agree. If you can die for your country, you should be able to have a beer. Yeah, you won't get any argument from the fact. Like I said, I don't know if it's changed on enlisted clubs and stuff like that. What do you call it in the military? I have not been into an E club in a very long time, so they may
yeah.
have all gone to 21 years old. But at the time, it was 18 to drink beer, 21 to drink liquor. So I was able to drink, except for yeah, when I did some training in Huntsville, Alabama, and I had to drink prior to because it was 21 to drink in the E club there. So I guess it was like base specific, but in the Marines it was 18, and except for 29 Palms was the only place where it had to be 21. But we were up there training in the fucking desert for 3 months prior to. Uh, I didn't get to drink until my uncle. I had an uncle that actually lived in Joshua Tree, and I got a little free time, and I got to go hang with him, and I was able to drink.
Cool.
On the Rognita says, "Oh God, hang on, I gotta find that. I know what she's asking me to do. Um, hang on, Nina, I gotta find it. uh, let me find it. Let me pull up my Instagram. I'll
How
find it. I'll
long is
get
my
it.
Instagram?
I sent it to her earlier, so I think I gotta find her, and then I
I
can
really
find
hope
it.
I get my Instagram back.
I hope you get it back too. I was, damn it. There she is. All right. Hang on. All right, I gotta let it play from the beginning. Oh God, you're gonna love this. This made me think of that one. It made me think of that one dude from Minnesota. Was he from Minnesota that we were making fun of? Abu.
Oh, he's from Michigan.
Was he from Michigan? Yeah, we were
Oh
making fun
yes.
of him.
Oh yes. Mr. Dearborn. Fucking that dude's a fucking
All right,
that
because
dude is a
Nina
fucking
wanted me to
man.
play this. Nina wanted me to play this, so she loved this. She thought it was hysterical. All right, this is in case you're having a bad day. Here you go. In case you're having a bad day, just listen to Indian Christmas songs.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling a ring a ting a ting a ling a too. Ring a ling a ling a ding dong. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a Jew. Ring a ling a ding a ding dong. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling.
You can't. Yo, I don't know who fucking comes up with this shit. All I could think of was that one fucking congressman. Every time I played that like 1,000 times, and I just could not stop laughing. It was absolutely hysterical. Oh
This
my
made me think
God.
of when I lived in South Korea and they'd always call me Meghan. Meghan. Because my name has the
Man.
H in it. So it was
Yeah.
Meghan.
That's funny. Wow, I'm surprised Devastating Angelic isn't on tonight.
Oh, we were gonna be
Uh,
raiding somebody.
yeah. We got a raid. All right, what do you got for everyone on the way out there,
I don't have a whole lot.
Blondie?
Sorry, I'm like on fumes right now. I'm so tired after my day.
Yeah, I had such a fucking shitty day that like I'm definitely gonna after we get out of here, I'm definitely gonna
I'm
hit it.
crashing out.
I'm gonna crash pretty hard too. All right, guys. The only people on tonight, I only see Handy News. Huh? It's the off label. Yeah, Handy News is on tonight. Off label podcast, but they're gaming, so we're gonna go with the Handy News. You guys can drop in, say what's up, and go home. Just drop in and say hello. Anyway, fam, this Friday we have Ramsey's Frias, who's running for New York City Council District, I want to say 25 in Queens. He will be on with us on, what do you call it, on Friday night. Saturday, Salty Dog Show will be back. I didn't have it last week. Just family stuff. Monday, God, who do we have Monday? I can't off the top. Carrie Lynn. It's one of Red Day's friends. Next Wednesday will be the Warrior Wednesday again, and then next Friday is, what's that? Luna Lopez, I think. Luna Lopez is going to be hanging with us on next Friday night. So we got quite a bit coming up, fam.
I think the following week is the anniversary show, right?
Yes, and on the
And we'll have our
20th we
Halloween
have
show.
the 1 year anniversary on the 20th. So that'll be a whole bunch of people on that one. Blondie will be back for us. And then she'll also be back on the 31st for Halloween, along with I think that week is that week is a Warrior Wednesday. I can't remember if it's a Warrior Wednesday or not. But yeah, fam, that was pretty funny. So hopefully let's get this raid going. Let me see if they're still up. Let me make sure. Nope, he went over somewhere else. But that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, he went over to somebody else. But there's a new people. See, because we got to do that, right? We got to do blind raids every now and then.
Yeah, that's how we meet new people.
Yep. So now I got to freaking X that all out and do this shit all over. And because now we got to enter in new people shit. But that's how we got raided, right? We had a blind raid.
Right at the end of our show, we were right. I mean, we were actually going to log off right before they raided us.
Yeah.
Glad we didn't.
And Yankee got us. Yankee and DA got us. So, but yeah, that's what we got coming up, fam. All of October is all booked up, and we are good to go. And we're already starting on November. It looks like we're gonna probably book up probably by the middle of October. So without further ado, fam, let's get this raid started. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We went into Blondie was absolutely hysterical tonight with some of her fucking one-liners. They were freaking great. I'm definitely going to be using some of those to just bash on people when I can. The only thing coming in you is diabetes. I'm going to absolutely freaking remember that shit forever. I will never forget. Without further ado, I am the Big Red One Guy signing out. Remember that together and only together can we break the machine. God bless you all. God bless America. And I hope you have all a good night tonight, and we will see you on Friday night, fam.
Good night, everybody.